Suck our dicks!
Yeah!
Suck our dicks! Suck our dicks! Suck our dicks! Suck our dicks!
Yeah!
Suck our dicks! Suck our dicks! Suck our dicks! Suck our dicks!
Well, woman I love is named Ramona. She kinda looks like Tempest Storm, and she can dance like a little Egypt. She works down the snake farm. Snake farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake farm, it pretty much is snake farm. It's a reptile house, snake farm. Ramona's got a keen sense of humor. She got a tattoo down her arm. It's of a python eating a little mouse, wearing a sailor hat that says Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, it pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. I asked Ramona how come she works there. She says, well, it's got its charm. There's nothing to do in the winter now, then some kid gets bit at the snake farm. Snake farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake farm, it pretty much is snake farm. It's a reptile house, snake farm. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention something. This is a sing-along. Really. It goes Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. It ain't exactly kumbaya, but being the music fog, it ought to be perfect. Help me now, be on TV. It said Snake Farm, just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Getting into it now. Well, Ramona likes malt liquor and a band from Wales that's called The Alarm. She said she cried when they broke up. She still plays the record that's a Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Sometimes Ramona calls me up and says, come on down here, it's getting warm. And she runs everybody off, and we, it's a Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, it pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Help me now. I said Snake Farm, just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, it pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Thank you very much.
Unlock my phone and watch the world die. They crying to God while they run for their lives. Blood in the streets, bombs in the sky. Goodbye. I hope you had dreams come true. I hope they see in their crosshairs what I see in you. And I hope and I pray, 'cause it's all I can do. I don't understand who is good or bad. They don't care as long as you got oil sands. We need something fast, we need something bad. More than guns and tanks. Where is Superman? Oh, I turn on the news and watch the world fight. Thousands of men making widows of wives. I'll be home soon, walked off in the night. Goodbye, I will remember you. I know it's true to be shot and they're men just like you, but I hope and I pray, 'cause that's all I can do. I don't understand who is good or bad. They don't care as long as you got oil sands. We need something fast, we need something bad, more than guns and tanks. Where is Superman? Oh, where is Superman? Oh, where is Superman? Soon you won't need a TV or an iPhone to see, because you will look out the window and boom.
That's bullshit.
I don't understand who is good or bad. They don't care as long as you got oil sands. We need something fast, we need something bad, more than guns and tanks. Where is Superman? Oh, where is Superman? Oh, where is Superman?
Welcome to ClusterF. Hope you had a good Labor Day weekend. We certainly did. I don't remember how to do this. Feels like forever. Got some sub. I think it's September. It's September. You can save 30% on subs. So if you're gonna sub, now's the time to do it.
I'm heading to Subway right after the show.
Oh, where's my rim shot?
Still be $30 for a sub at Subway now.
That ain't worth it, man. That's the only reason it was worth it. It was $5.
Yeah.
I'm paying for that crap for anything more than that. September 30% off subs. September 30% off subs, and we get part of that money. It's kind of probably don't explain to people enough how we make our living here.
Yeah.
We make our living on Twitch through subs and through bits cheered by you, and that's the only way we get money.
Yeah.
That's the only way we get money. That's why Kevin, JK, Lynn Carr, and AJ the Lingerer are forbidden from traveling on the same plane together. If that plane goes down, so does the show. Oh, we had a good old time. Yesterday, Trace came over and cooked for Donna for her birthday, and also it was Bella's 8th birthday. So Trace made some crab legs, some steak, some chicken skewers.
They're delicious.
Need some more subs or bits because I had to buy those crab legs with quarters.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I think he's sending in.
It was delicious.
It was quite good. I think he's sending in his little minions to steal our change like he used to. I saw him rifling through the doors the other day. Drawers.
Yeah, they're a little bit thieves when it comes to coins and stuff.
I don't think they view them as real money.
No, same as I. That's why I stole all your guys' change growing up. Never taken like $1 out of like my parents' wallets, but all their quarters. It's free game.
Free money. Well, it's free money for you, for sure.
I think I told you the time how I paid for your mom's engagement ring.
No, I don't know.
I think you did. I think I told one time. I was working for my dad at the drive-thru, family business, and he wasn't paying me nothing. He's paying me less than minimum wage Because I was like, that's fine, because I'm trying to help you get this business off the ground.
Yeah.
So he was paying me like $2.50 an hour. And over the course of, 6 months, I managed to, kind of stash away on some cash orders, $99 to buy your mom an engagement ring.
Nice.
And I didn't feel bad about it. I'm a very honest person, but my dad was way underpaying me. And I was busting my ass for him, too. You know, I was always up there on the weekends.
Worked all the
I
time.
freaking ran that place.
What was it? A paper shredding deal?
No, that was the drive-through, the beverage drive-through.
No, the drive-through. $2 an hour for that? Risking your life for people robbing you?
Yeah, wearing short shorts and having gay guys come in there and try to pick me up.
Is that how you made most of the money?
That's how I made all that $99. I'm
Only making
lying.
$2.
I like your shorts. Well, I mean, what if, like, wouldn't some guys, like, say, you better quit talking about my shorts or I'm going to kick your asshole, man? Because he said it every time I came in there.
Yeah.
This guy would buy a gallon of milk and go, I like your shorts.
You
And
know,
I'm
that's
like,
one of those things you kind of just got to let go. If you're willing to get in a fight over that, you're not going to make it in this world.
I'm just, my only thought was, Christ, here comes a shorts guy.
He was just like, really? Did they?
I know.
They are pretty
I probably
short.
could have made a lot of money off of that guy.
Pretty short.
They were, that was what was that, the 90s?
He was like, "Why won't this guy bite, man?"
Or the 80s? When was
It was the 80s.
the 80s, and guys wore shorts like Hooters waitresses.
Yeah, I've seen
And
it.
didn't think twice about it. They're like, are these short enough? Is that just, oh, my God. I look back and go, man, it was booty short in it. What the hell was I thinking? But everybody else was thinking the same thing. What were we thinking?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's,
Shorts are getting shorter now. People, I see
They
people.
are getting shorter. I
People
will
wearing a
say
little bit
that.
shorter shorts again.
I was pretty good with right above the knee.
Yeah.
I'm totally good with that. And they don't need to get any shorter or lower.
Right.
When you get lower, I didn't like that, but they got lower for a while.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that at all. Like down below the knee is white.
Yeah.
Just wear some long pants. Above the knee's nice.
Man, I feel disgusting over here. And I just, it was real hot when I was cooking
You didn't
yesterday.
take a shower last night?
I was.
Got
I
the
was
same shirt on.
Oh my God.
well, last night the girls got in the shower, took a shower and everything, and as soon as they get out, and it's like 9:30, and they're like, "I want a pizza," I want, and it's like 9:30.
You got to go get a pizza?
No,
Oh,
they
okay.
wanted to put a frozen one in the
Yeah,
oven.
okay.
So we do that. And as soon as we put it in, it starts cooking. The power goes out. And I was just about to get in the shower. And
Right.
And now, not only do I not get a shower, but our house is heating up because the oven, like our oven, our house is so small that when our oven runs, like it'll heat up the house, 6 degrees.
Yeah.
So as soon as the power goes out and we get the pizza out of the oven, by then it's already like 76 degrees in our house. And a half hour later, it's like 80 degrees.
Was it raining?
No, there was no rain, no wind. We went out and looked, we got in the truck and went out, and there was a giant, oak tree over the power lines. And yeah. So I did bring in, I was just about to go to bed, but then my whole family's freaked out about the power. So I go on my boat and get my boat batteries out and hook up the TV and stuff. And
Wow, that's a handyman. How do you hook up a TV to a car battery?
Yeah.
Or boat battery?
power converters, man.
Ah,
I got
power converter.
You still got my power converter?
No, I got a nice one.
Oh, no, I've ruined every one that you ever bought, and I got me a nice one, but thanks. I won't replace
What an
yours.
asshole. He's going to hit a big crypto, and he's not going to give us none of it. He's going to never speak
I
to
barely have
speak to us
any
again.
left.
He blew it all.
I've
Right
blown
before
my
it's going to
crypto.
blow up like nobody's business.
Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna buy it back.
What's the one that you have 1 billion shares of?
Gee, I nothing now.
Oh, you got rid of your
Pepe and GeoJam.
Get rid of GeoJam?
I got.
I thought you had 1 million shares.
No, I got 66,000 shares now.
Well, that's still.
I have
Still.
3 million Pepes.
Oh, Pepe goes up to 50 cents a share. You're out.
Yeah.
You're done. Woo!
Will you buy me a converter and replace mine
He ain't
yet?
buying you.
Sure.
He ain't buying you
A
dick.
converter.
Whatever. What is it called?
Yeah, but I just don't
Power
remember
converter.
taking yours, but I might have.
See
I
the
did have.
bullshit I
I
get?
did have one
Babe,
that I
babe.
hooked up backwards on a car battery and it blew it up.
You're dealing with the wrong people, babe, in your life. You just stick with me. I'm not gonna lie to you, babe. I'm not. And if I've come to the point. There's a disagreement and it's a 50-50. I'm just like, oh well, just give it to her. I don't care. It's not even an important thing we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's a lot of.
I'll get you that power converter.
There you go.
He's not. He's
I know.
blowing it.
Mine-
We'll never see him again.
You
He'll
just
go-
told him to lie, so.
He's gonna go
Mine-
on a binge. Nobody will ever see him again.
Mine's all
Balling.
fancy. Have you ever bought like something maybe more expensive out of anger or something? Like I
No.
I went on a camping trip with my power converter, and it's about time to head in the tents, and I usually bring a couple, a light bulb and a fan and stuff like that to hook up to the power converter, and stuff to blow up the rafts, a pump to blow up the rafts, and I what? What?
How do you hook up a light bulb to a power converter?
I got a extension cord that has a light bulb socket on it.
Yeah, that's a good invention.
Okay.
So I hook it up to that and usually hang it somewhere.
Snookman says, I bet it's still sitting on the boat just waiting for some rain.
No. I hooked it up backwards
No.
one time when I went camping and it broke it because I put it in the wrong way. I hooked it up negative to positive and positive to negative. And that was when I got so angry that I went out and bought like the nicest, fanciest one they had at the store. Even though it was like all my money.
He's lashing out at power converter.
I was having
Teach that power converter a lesson.
You're about to buy me the greatest
Then he's gonna
power
bring it.
converter ever
He's gonna
lived.
show it off right in front of the old one. Oh, look at that. Oh, you like that? Fucking weirdo.
I guess I am weird.
Dawson 824 subscribed for 6 months. Thank you very much. HD Shown subscribed for 23 months. Thank you very much. Be Bumpy 61. That's super deep. Be Bumpy. And Snookman 60. I think it's Snook season.
It is
And I
snook
swear,
season.
didn't they say it was like 1 day? It was like 1 day long or something.
I hope not.
There was a bunch. There was
Snook and
Red Snapper.
Red Snapper.
It's only
and
the
Great
only
Gag.
Red Snapper. The only season is every 3-day weekend from here till the end of the year.
No,
or something.
it's 3-day weekends. So like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh, okay, I was confused. I was like, why was that such a bizarre thing? Okay.
Red Snapper.
Yeah, it's
only
I
on-
know there's a short
only
season
Friday.
for
They
those.
say
Everything
it's
was a short season.
the grouper. I think the population's way down.
Really?
So
Gag.
there's a bunch of short seasons because they got to manage it.
And they-
Because of it's the fucking red tide. Do you remember? Did you ever see the videos of the red tide a couple years ago with all the fish that were killed?
I don't think I had to see a video. I think they were right next to my boat.
Okay, well, it was. They were having to go take big ass bulldozers and put them into dumpsters. Just loads of fish. Like if you had lived on a canal, the entire canal would be full of dead fish.
Yeah.
And they never even act like it was a big deal. And I'm going, that's more fish than everybody catches, in a month.
Yeah.
I mean, just fish covering the ocean.
And
of
they
all-
lie to
of
you and
all
act
sizes.
like, red tide is just a natural thing. Red tide may be a natural thing, but killing fish like that is not. So they
That's-
just lie, and it's all pollutants, and they don't want to tell anybody. It's the shit that they dump into the ocean from our sewage systems and
It causes
the
red-
runoff from
And it's like
all
that's
the rich
fertilizer.
people's
That's like
yards.
red tide crack. If you pour raw sewage in it, red tide's like,
Yeah.
here we go. And then
They'll never, ever, ever mention that. They'll
and that
never
caused
admit that.
caused the worst red tide I think I've ever seen.
So our government has caused all the red tide.
I think a
and
lot
all
of
the
it's actually the
problems that come along with
nitrogen
it.
in fertilizer. I believe that's worse for red tide.
Well, that too.
That too. The fertilizer plant that leaked all its stuff into the ocean probably didn't help.
Yeah.
They did that. They leaked all that in the ocean, and then only 2 years later they go, this might have caused that red tide. When the red tide was happening, they had every scientist in the
damn
book going,
well.
it's a natural phenomenon.
Red tide's depressing as fuck.
Oh, it
like, not
sucks.
as it only like make the beach stink and you see all the dead fish. And you're like, man, this is so many fish. But then if you're fishing, or if you like fish a lot, you're like, oh, well, there's a fish bigger than I ever caught. There's another fish bigger than I ever.
I mean, because I'd look at all the, that's what it, because I like looking at fish.
Yeah.
You know, but they were dead fish, but I was like, I wonder how many really big, like, 42 inchers, were out there. And there were a lot. There were a lot of big fish, a lot of small fish. So people probably up north don't even know where red tide is. I don't know if it's just a Florida thing or a Gulf Coast thing, but
Probably too warm up north. They're cold.
You get these algae blooms in the Gulf, and like if you're at the beach and red tide's there, it's hard to breathe. It'll make you cough. So it's not pleasant at all. And then it kills all the fish. So then you go to the beach, you can't breathe because of the red tide. And then the dead fish, you can't stand to be at the beach because it stinks like dead fish. And it's terrible. And the government's making it worse. And big corporations are making it worse down here. They're going to ruin the freaking state.
Yeah.
Everybody will move down here and it'll turn into a shithole, a red tide
Already.
shithole.
Turning into a shithole.
Acklicious subscribed for 54 months. Thank you very much, Acklicious.
Man,
And thank you, Luis and Brandon, for wishing me a happy birthday. Thank you.
VW Rick, 59 months. Thank you, VW Rick.
like, I guess what else are you going to do?
I wished you a happy birthday on the hang, babe, but I don't think you were listening. So I wanted to make sure you think I never said it while we were on the air. Sober John Lee Loco, 64 months. That's super deep as well. Thank you very much. It's September. Zamboner, 55 months. Got some dedication. This is that's a lot of dedication. We appreciate it. That's a long time to be listening. That's a lot of loyalty and a lot of loyal subscriptions. And we hope that I'm pretty confident we do, but I hope that we fulfill your entertainment dollar that you've paid on us.
Yeah.
I think we do. I think we give you a lot of good stuff, and we enjoy doing it. And that's about all the subs right now.
Man, but the runoff at like you go down Hillsborough River and the whole thing is just like, two giant tubes coming out of the seawall that are just pouring water in that are just runoff from
every lawn within 10 miles.
Well, you're going through downtown, it's the whole, street system, the
whole shebang.
All the trash and oil that leaks out of cars and all the fluids from cars and people taking pisses and shits everywhere and washing the trash they do.
And they wonder why we get all these red tide blooms.
Like, I want to know what something like that would look like. The Hillsborough River, closer to the ocean. I wonder what that would look like 100 or 150 years ago. Like, we kind of just think water, once you get into a bay like that, it's real dirty.
Yeah.
But is that just from humans,
Probably.
If you went back to Tampa Bay 200 years ago.
Yeah, I want to know what that
200
would look
years
like.
ago, and would everything would be crystal clear like the Wiki Wachi?
I think
Or at least blue.
Probably. Why
Be
not like
blue,
the Wiki Wachi.
It'd be blue like Tahiti.
Yeah, Tahiti.
Yeah, those kind of waters.
Sean Raz gifted a sub. Thank you, Sean.
Two tier 1 subs, taking him to 93. Mixer 187, 100 bits. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Sally Struthers donation, always appreciated.
No, but my only thing that saved me last night was my fan. We were watching the TV, and I have the internet box, the TV, then the Roku thing that plugs into that, then my speakers, and I was like, man, we had it all going to watch Bluey. And I was like, man, if this freaking battery dies and I can't plug my fan in tonight, I'm going to lose it.
How long did your electric stay out?
I don't know. I had the fan on me, and I was able to go to sleep. It was like 80 degrees, but it's not too bad with the fan.
If you just lay there without covers and a fan.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I was
The
doing.
question is, did your
Yeah, it came back
electric
on.
during the night, so your
Yeah.
food didn't all spoil in your fridge?
No.
It says hype train incoming.
Yeah.
Hype train level 1. Woo!
Hype train.
Thank you guys. All those subs, man.
You piece of shit!
Florida Clusterfuck band.
Have a great
Subscribe for
Friday,
37 months.
motherfucker.
Thank you, FL.
FLC, FL Clusterfuck fan.
Elab, 100 bits. Thank you, Elab.
Elab with the Sally Struthers. It takes a village. Takes a village.
Fucking fuck yeah! Fucking cock ass!
Clusterfuck is in the house tonight.
What?
That's some weak ass cowbell, buddy. That's some lame ass. You wait. Trace needs more bits. More bits to do better cowbell. Is that? Are you tuddling it? Are you tuddling it? I need more bits if you want me to hit this cowbell. I need bits for energy. Bits for energy.
Fireball.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Corn Pop was a bad dude. Did you see the fake poop by the toilet in there, Trace?
Yes.
Okay.
Why?
Because I think we got to pick that up. I think because the girls got it out.
Yeah.
You know, they love to get the fake poop, and it looks very realistic. And I'm thinking somebody like Lauren might see that and go, "My God, these people are filthy pigs," and not know.
Yeah, you've had that poop for too long. I don't. It doesn't even
Oh,
give me.
it never gets me anymore.
No, you know what that poop looks like.
Hairy legs.
Doesn't get me at all.
I got hairy legs.
Oh God, Sean Raz just booked another cruise for Veterans Day weekend. He said you should come for about $350. You want to go on that cruise, Trace?
Nope.
That's all it costs to go on the cruise, $350.
I don't believe it. What do you get? You get 2 days, or 2 days and 3 days and 2 nights, whatever it works, for $350.
I ain't paying $350 to be on a shitty boat.
Yeah, I know, but that's like cheaper than going to a hotel.
Yeah.
How do they do that? Because you got to pay for everything else.
Because you stay in a little shit box, you know. I don't think it's not like a real hotel, right?
I bet that doesn't include.
Sean says includes your food.
Include your food. How are they making any money on that?
I thought cruises were like $1,000.
No,
Man,
I
can
knew
you-
they were cheaper than
3
that.
nights, he
Oh, I
said.
bet
3
that's
nights.
yeah, that's,
Better than a hotel. What's up, Jay Waka Flocka?
I'm not gonna.
Did our
Go ahead.
football draft on
ESPN football draft coming up next week. I mean, the actual start of the season.
I still think we hate on cruises a little bit too much for not never going on one.
Yeah.
Like just because we don't know. But I still just assume they suck ass. But maybe they don't. Maybe they don't.
I think you gotta get. If you get the drink package and you are wasted the entire time and having a rip roar, that's about it. But I don't. Other than that,
I know Lauren would have a good time on one. It's just like, you know, I have
Till
this
she couldn't
incredible.
find you.
I have this incredible. Yeah.
she could lose him in a heartbeat and then go up and talk to some old drunks at the bar for like 10 hours.
See, that's a reason I don't want to go.
1 minute left. The hype
Yeah.
train stalled at
I know.
85%.
Lauren just likes to go to places like that and then just become friends with a bunch of old people at the bar, and like then she'd be like, "No, you don't understand. These old people are really cool. You got to come hang out with me with them." And we go up there, and just like I thought, it's just a bunch of old drunks, you know. And you're like, I knew they weren't awesome.
I remember that video she showed us when you guys stayed in like Port Richey or somewhere. Oh, it's
Yeah,
Sever and Sam's. And that
Sam's.
lady, you guys thought that lady.
Those
I
loud
was like,
mouths.
oh my God, I'd shoot myself if I had to talk to that lady.
Fortunately, that was one of the few times I was drunk enough to be able to have fun with the old people.
That's good. At least you had fun.
Oh. I wanted to kill myself listening to them old buzzards. Old yammer on.
Brandon says you couldn't pay me to get on a boat with Trace and Sean Rath.
I have the incredible urge to go do things. Like most of the, you know, like if I'm sitting around the house and we're on the couch just watching TV or something, like I'm like trying to go outside and work on my boat or do something, you know. And I just can't imagine being on a cruise and being like, all right, you know. They got the free drink package, and now I'm drunk. Where do I go fishing and shooting my guns at? Like, it does not. You can't. Or do something. Go work. Do something fun. Mainly fishing.
You can wait in line and go down a water slide.
Fuck that. That's I do not want to do that. Like that.
You could wait in line and hit some golf balls off the stern or something like that.
Yeah, maybe. Do they do that?
I don't even know.
That sounds
But
like littering.
Probably pollution nowadays. They got regulations.
They're
against
pouring
it.
out shit off the bottom, but they can't let you hit golf balls into the ocean because people would know about
I
it.
think we're hating on cruises again.
Yeah, I think we are.
I think Sean Raz is actually a raging alcoholic. And he just goes there, and he's blackout drunk for 3 days, and he loves it.
Yeah, have you seen the videos he sends us? I thought this was a known fact.
Well, I've seen him. I've seen him at the meet and greets as well. So I'm putting 2 and 2 together.
How does he just take that much vacation time? I mean, I know you work
Works
for
for
yourself.
himself. He's like, just like you were saying, babe. People who work for themselves just ought to go to the 4-day work week. Make life a lot better.
Yeah.
I was thinking that during the 3-day weekend, because you know how awesome 3-day weekends are. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Life is good on a 3-day weekend, especially on Saturday. You're like, this Saturday's really my Friday. This is so awesome. And then Sunday comes and it's Saturday. It's the best. And I was thinking if they would just, the government or whatever should mandate that you have a 3-day weekend once a month.
Yeah, why not?
Because you've already got like 5 or 6 scheduled. You've got the 4th of July and Memorial Day and Labor Day. What about you make every month, just once a month, you have that 3-day weekend, and your life would be 100 times better. Because that's
they
once
don't
a month.
want to do that.
That's exactly. They don't want it. They want you to be miserable. 'Cause one 3-day weekend a month, like this span from January, February to March and April, it's like there's nothing there. That's depressing.
Yeah.
4 months, there's not a lot going on.
Well, there's a President's Day somewhere in there, like in February.
That's but that's
Do you get a day off for that?
Some people do, but I don't think that's it might be a school holiday too.
Yeah.
But if you're working for the landscaping service, I don't think you're getting President's Day off.
Yeah.
Best way to keep people enslaved is to convince them they're not.
Yeah. I just saw Bezos, his new $90 million plane, and I'm thinking it's so obscene. It's just so obscene. And, you have the people that they just love the rich people, and they would die before they think you shouldn't have $80 billion or $200 billion. And you can't convince them that once you get even in the 100 millionaire range, you can just cheat and lie, and you can play by the rules, which is cheating and lying with politicians. You're paying them off. They're giving you this. It's so easy to grow and become super wealthy once you hit a certain amount because the rules don't apply to you. You're totally above the law, and they can't understand that. Nope, Bezos made all his money by hard work and a good idea, and it's like...
And I think people thinking of these yachts aren't quite grasping how big they are. Like the biggest yacht you've ever seen down at the boat ramp is probably like 50, 60 feet long.
Yep.
And who the fuck would ever need a boat bigger than that? Those are even pushing it.
How long is Bezos' yacht?
I think it's like 150, 160 feet long. Might be 200.
Might be longer.
How big's a cruise ship?
Oh, like a mile long.
417 feet long.
Cocksucker, bro.
Over
What an asshole.
a football
So
field,
big
almost
that
a football field
he
and a half.
couldn't even get enough people on it, right?
No, you could get.
You can, but you gotta pay him.
What a dick. I just see. I mean, you can have your own moral compass. My moral compass says that's total dickness. That's pure. To me, that's just pure evil. When people are, starving to death, and you've paying $500. I'm not saying you got to donate all your money to charity, but
Yeah.
I'm not spending $500 million on a mega yacht. people, it's easy to say, but I would give a lot of it. I would do to just actual people. I don't understand why these billionaires don't have people just actually going out in the community and giving away money to deserving people.
Yes, especially rich people like that are so rich that you're not allowed to get you don't get a tax write-off for giving to individual people. It has to be a nonprofit. I'm convinced that that's the only reason they created nonprofits, and which shows that they're all scams. But giving your money to people without having a tax write-off, you could do that easily. It shouldn't even bother you to do that.
You should want to do that.
Yeah.
There's nothing more gratifying than helping someone in need who's a good person who really needs help. And they have no soul. They could give a shit about that.
And they get ahead by stomping on other people.
People just like that. They stomp on them and then they don't help them. They spend it on $500 million yachts and $90 million planes.
Gosh.
Fuck your $90 million plane.
I mean, if you're just somebody who likes boats that much and you're going to spend every day on it, the yacht we had was as big as you need. Where'd the poster of that go? I couldn't find our yacht fund picture.
Where's our yacht?
Oh, she got it?
She might have it.
Oh, yeah.
She got a treasure trove back there of artifacts. Let's see our yacht.
Oh, yeah. I mean, $10 million yacht. Who needs more than that?
You don't need more than that.
I mean,
you could fit, how many people in that comfortably? 8, 10?
Living or
no,
partying?
Just partying.
Partying?
Like 10 people on that.
I have 10 people on my pontoon boat. You can fit 100 people on here. I think you can fit 25, 30 people would be perfect.
I'd have to see the below area. That's not the bedroom.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
It's a big below area.
Yeah. It's probably not a lot of party area. Probably rooms and stuff, but that's a big area. And look at that front, man. You could have, look at those seats up there, bro.
You got 5, 6 people up there.
Mm-hmm.
You got this nice area up
what
here.
What you need more than that, Jeff?
Yeah, come on, man.
You could have done a lot.
And my helicopter.
Then $480 million or $90 million he could have spent, doing good. What an asshole.
Joe the Tree Man says, "Why can't celebs like Bezos die? You never hear about a billionaire like that ever randomly dying. Recently there was
Who?
The Italian guys.
The guys that got hit by that tornado.
Oh yeah.
He was one of those guys, and he drowned.
They just revealed the cause of death to 2 of the people. Can you guess what it was?
Drowning.
It was drowning. It was like it was a headline. I was like, I didn't even know there was a question. They went 200 feet below in a big yacht. They all drowned. They got their bodies out of the boat. That's how they died.
They were all sleeping on their big giant boat and got hit by a tornado, and 6 of them out of 20 some died.
Yeah.
But hey, and the main guy was he was out celebrating, Joe. He was out celebrating his non-conviction from a fraud
trial.
From a fraud trial.
A big merger kind of deal. He's a big muckety muck. So he's rich, but he's probably crooked. That's why he's on trial.
And that's why he didn't get convicted, because he's got $1 billion. So he was celebrating that he didn't get convicted, and then he died. And karma got him.
DJ Dusty, 1,000 bits. Thank you very much, DJ Dusty. Somebody was saying it was HARP, since he won the trial and didn't get convicted, that the government was taking him out.
Yeah, whatever. However he got taken out.
Can you imagine? I mean,
it's the only one you ever hear of that happening to, though. It doesn't ever seem to happen to those people that much.
Go ahead.
Oh, nothing.
I don't know how exactly it happened. I don't know if it got hit by the water spout or the water spout was very close to it and sunk it. Because the captain is on trial. I think he's going to go on trial for negligence.
I don't think so.
It's like if a water spout hits your boat, I think you're effed.
Yeah, and it's not like a hurricane. If you went out in a hurricane, that's your fault. But you can't judge a water spout, and a water spout's just going to come out of nowhere and blast you.
Actually, now I'm thinking back, they were saying that there was a severe weather warning that he may have ignored, but I don't know how you There was plenty of boats out there.
What if are you not allowed to
mean,
sleep? What if
I
you
don't
was
know
sleeping?
what you're supposed to. It's like some hatches weren't closed.
But don't
It's
you
an
have-
It was an unsinkable boat.
You know
Trace.
why? It's just because the
Unsinkable
guy
boat.
was so rich, and they got all these lawyers that are, trying to blame some lowly.
Yeah.
There's money in this somewhere.
There you
Who's the poorest one on this boat? That's who we're gonna blame.
I mean, because so I guess the captain lived.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
ki-
lived.
So yeah,
He was actually in a rowboat halfway to shore. When it hit.
But what what if you're the captain? You're like, it's supposed to be bad weather, and then the crew says, "Well, we don't care."
Yeah.
What that isn't.
I don't
What
know.
do? You hunker down.
Sometimes they're out. Sometimes
I
they're
didn't
out.
know there was
Sometimes they're out for you.
There was laws about that.
Like Donna said, they got to blame him, so there's not these multi-million-dollar lawsuits.
Like we just did that. Where'd we go? It's the key.
Oh, that's what it was. The family's trying to put the blame on him so that all these other people's families don't sue the rich guy's estate for all the.
I mean, he was a billionaire. There's a lot of money there. I wish I was on that boat.
What key did we just go to?
Who?
Anclote.
Anclote. Yeah, we went to Anclote, and we got there, and I was the first one there getting the boat in. And I was kind of looking at I just sat there for 10, 15 minutes looking at the storm, and I was kind of like, man, it doesn't really seem to be coming our way. And then everybody else got on the boat and was like, well, we drove all the fucking way out here. Everybody else is looking at it like, well, I don't fucking know. We drove all the way out here.
It was cracking too.
We were. I
cracking.
was like, man,
They're like,
I don't know if we should be going out on the boat.
But you got radar
Okay,
nowadays.
well, here we go.
Nowadays, you got radar, and we could see that it was moving away.
I didn't have.
I
Nobody
didn't know
showed
it
me
was
this
moving
radar.
away. I wasn't sure if it was coming towards
But
us.
Berlin, I think Berlin did actually show me the radar, and it's kind of like we just took like a 50-50 chance in Florida. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
what it looks like or what the radar is. Sometimes they just
Sometimes
reappear.
They just come. They appear.
Yeah, sometimes they just
appear
appear
out of nowhere. I mean, that's where they come from. Sometimes nowhere. You see the radar, and all of a sudden there's nothing. All of a sudden it goes.
Yep.
But I asked everybody on the boat. I was like, "Should we go out?" You're thinking nobody said a damn word. Nobody wanted to be blamed for picking the wrong answer.
It was just
So I
silent.
just kinda-
Everything was silent.
So
Everyone just like looked at
Everybody-
us.
Everybody
just
was
kinda
silent,
started
and I just
moving.
slowly started backing out.
All right, here we go. And everybody was like, is anybody going to say anything? I don't know. Guess not. VW Rick says, check your Facebook. He's got a picture of Brandon and his side hustle.
Okay.
What?
He said, is Brandon selling onions these days?
What?
Maybe.
I'll sell some onions.
Messenger takes forever to load. Where?
Who sent it?
Rick. VW Rick.
There you go, right there. See,
Selling Videz.
Brandon needs to get into modeling. The character's in vogue right here.
He doesn't look like someone they'd put on their poster.
But he's Billy Currington,
Yeah.
country music star.
Oh,
There
is
you
he?
go.
I didn't know he was. I thought.
Where does it
I
say
thought
that?
down by his hand.
Oh.
I thought he was just a jobber.
What's he sing? Do you know?
I might know a song if I heard
Brandon
it.
Currington.
Billy Currington.
Man.
Selling onions.
I got a pretty ridiculous story that happened this weekend.
What?
We haven't been up in a while, but me and Lauren went to Buddy's, the bar right by our house. And so, I'm on this one pool table, and I like playing pool. I'm pretty decent at pool. And I was playing for, like an hour and it's the two guys I was playing with were Mexican and didn't speak, like a lick of English. So, like, the whole time we're talking, because they weren't that good and they were kind of confused. So I was trying to, communicate with them. And I can't really speak Spanish, but, and this other...
You just put an O on the end of everything you say.
This Indian guy was kind of with them or whatever.
That didn't help.
But he's with them kind of, and he comes up, and I beat the Spanish people, and they go away. The Indian guy thought I was with the Spanish people, and I thought that he was with the Spanish people. So we played an entire game of pool trying to speak Spanish to each other when we both spoke English.
Where's that video?
How could he look at you and think you're Spanish?
I don't. He just thought I was with those guys because he was kind of around when we were trying to speak Spanish to each other.
How do you know he was Indian?
I mean, he looked real, and he looked
why do you-
Indian as
so-
fuck.
Sean
why
Rath
do you-
says Indian woo woo or Indian red dot.
Red dot.
So
yeah.
why did you think he speaks Spanish?
I thought he was with
You thought he
them.
was a Spanish Indian.
We thought we were all Spanish, except we didn't.
Did you get a good laugh about it afterwards?
Yeah, we
both
were
of
laughing
you?
pretty damn hard. You
So
know,
he spoke perfect English.
but I can't. We can't. Yeah, he spoke perfect English. I can't. He looked pretty tore up, and I was a little tore up too.
Oh my God, that makes it even better. Oh yeah, I got el stripos.
But he didn't speak. He thought I didn't speak English, and he didn't. But we didn't. Also, neither of us knew Spanish, and that wasn't a hint that we weren't the Spanish people that the other people were. Trying to speak Spanish to
Trying to
each
speak a
other. We
language
both can't.
So you didn't think
We
he
never.
must not be Spanish. He can't understand my. Oh my God, that's funny. Freak Show says, "How is Trace the most broke person I've ever seen that does the most shit and spends more money than I make?"
It's a gift. It's a gift from God.
I mean, we never go with buddies more than once a week, and it's just beers are like $1, so you can spend, get 10 beers for $10, But we drink Busch Light. It's a little more expensive up there, It's $2 for
Yeah.
Busch Light.
Manson is best. Gifted 2 tier 1 subs. Thank you very much. It's September. Subs are
Thank you,
30%
Manson is
off.
best.
September all
They
the way
got-
till October.
They got $1.25 Yinglings, but they're not that cold.
Oh, boo.
They only have like 2 or 3 kegs like Bud Light and Yingling, but they mainly just serve their beers out of coolers. They got a bunch of fish.
What?
They've got like 10 fishing coolers in there. And that's what they keep. all
What
the
makes them
beer.
fishing coolers?
Fishing coolers.
You mean coolers?
Coolers, yeah, I guess.
so they
That's the only thing I use coolers for. I didn't know there was another use for them.
Fishing coolers.
So they don't have a refrigeration system for their beer.
They've got a small fridge, with 1 or 2 kegs in it, and a couple. They keep their
But for your bottled beer, it's in a cooler.
yeah.
You think it's pretty cold.
It's
though.
pretty damn cold.
I thought you said it wasn't
The
cold.
Yingling,
Oh.
they have the one. They have 2 beers on tap. It's like Bud Light and Yingling.
Oh, so the cooler isn't that good.
And you don't want to get those. They're not. I've got it a couple times. I'm like, it couldn't have been that bad. And they got a freezer there too that they keep their mugs in.
Mm-hmm.
So they got ice cold mugs, but it's not, they just couldn't. I guess their cooler wasn't cold enough for the Yingling. It was kind of. It just wasn't ice cold. I sound like a bitch now. But I'll drink it. Give me one right now. I'll drink it. But
People always get
Warm
on
beer.
get on me.
it's not warm. But
And the last inch of my beer, a lot of times, if I'm
Yeah.
at a bar and there's pitchers, I'll just get a new mug and I'll say, and they'll be like, "That's a beer for." It's a warm
Yeah.
beer. It's gross. I ain't drinking it. It's disgusting.
I won't really do that in a mug, but in a can, if there's
Yeah.
like that much teeny left, people give you shit for that so bad too.
Beer foul.
I think I do it myself, and I think I might call somebody else out on it. Maybe it's just people can't help it.
People can't help it.
Lauren said they just got it all their keg room fixed. So
Oh, cold beer coming up, buddy.
Cold beers.
We had the grandkids over. What night was that? Friday night? I think it was Friday night.
Yeah.
Okay, they always want to come in here and sing songs. Bella knows almost every single word to "Lose Yourself" by Eminem.
They
that's a
both
lot of
do.
words.
It's quite impressive. It's quite impressive. She just turned 8.
Yeah.
I've encouraging all that stuff. I hope they have some creativity. They seem to.
Yeah.
Harper has some creativity. She comes up with some pretty good
being
stuff.
destroyed by their school, though.
Why?
This is what schools do.
That's
They
what
just
schools
want
do.
obedient workers. They don't want no creative people. If you're creative, they'll smack you in the head and tell you stop being creative. I don't know. Oh man, like I just felt so bad for these kids after I went to an open house the other day. They had an open house at the school, and I was like, I don't want to go to that. Like, they're so fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But the kids
stupid.
were really wanting me to go,
Yeah.
so I go to Bella's, and Bella's is like 3 minutes long. They're just like, oh, this is what we're doing. All right, whatever. And then I go to Harper's, and everybody comes into this big room and sits down. And they have an hour presentation on about the school year and what they're doing. Like,
Boo.
I couldn't handle it. I was like, oh my God, this is why I hated school so much. Oh, not
You
it.
should have stood up and said, "This is why I
This
hated
is
school."
Bullshit. I mean, 30 minutes in, I was like, I can't fucking stand this. Like, if I can't imagine doing 6 hours of this, man. And, just sitting there waiting for fucking PE or recess. Like, that's all you do all day. Or lunch.
Yeah.
Presentation at open house.
It
The
was
open house
only-
is
For
like
fourth grade.
It only ended up being like 35 minutes. And then after 35 minutes, they're like, now, does anybody have any questions? That same feeling you get in school, and you're like, you sons of bitches, keep those motherfucking hands down. Have you ever raised your fucking hand for that question? There's two people in this world, ones that do and ones that don't.
So if they
No,
get to
God.
school 3 minutes late, do I need to park and walk them in?
I don't know.
Or
Fucking
do I
figure it
need
out when
to-
it happens. I don't. Fuck off.
I hate everybody who does that. That's my most hated. One of my most hated things is meetings, and then they had any questions, and it's the
Yeah.
morons. We used to do that at the softball meeting. Every year, Donna and I go to the softball meeting to pay for our team. And there's about 100, 200 people there.
Yeah.
All the managers of every team, and the guys blathers up there for way too long. And then he's like, any question? And you get, if the lights are not turned on at night, park by certain. And you're like, oh my God. And there's 10 questions like that, 20
Yeah.
questions. You're just like, I want to get the fuck out. Because you can't pay your money until after the questions
Until
are
after
answered.
the meeting, and
So
we're
you
like
gotta
trying to get
fucking
into line to get our money paid so we can get on home.
I mean, we just got a checkbook and we're like waiting to get to that table before all these other MFers. And then, if the umpires, shut up, buddy.
Man, I mean, my school, after like my high school, after the second class, we had a 15-minute like school meeting in the gym. Where like the whole school would go to the gym and have a 15-minute meeting, and after that we'd have a 15-minute break. But if the meeting ended early, you'd get an extra 5 minutes maybe of the break, and if the meeting went long, you could get 5-10 minutes of the break. And I mean, I just infuriated.
Cutting into our break.
God, 15 minutes into the meeting, and you're gonna raise your hand and ask a stupid question. Go Are you intentionally ruining everybody's time here?
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you? One day,
Yeah,
one
there's
day,
certain people, they don't get it.
one day it went over so long. It was like a 30-minute meeting, maybe even 35 minutes. And it ran 5 minutes into the next class, and they said, fuck it, no next period. And we got a 40-minute break.
That's when you should have
And
rioted.
it was like,
No, that was a good thing.
if we could just
Oh,
have
I thought you meant the
a
opposite.
40-minute break, and we like
it was the
played.
best day ever.
We fucking played a football game and everything. I'm like, if they just did this every day, like I wouldn't hate school. Like
All you
this
need is a 40-minute break in between where you can play
Yeah.
football, and you've been okay.
lunch break and a 40-minute
Yeah.
break, and it would have been fine, But
They don't
I mean,
get it. They don't
6,
get it.
7 hours, you could definitely take 2 breaks, It's bullshit. It was the best day ever.
Well, that's good. It's time for a break.
Oh, that's right. It's time for a break. Hang on, we'll be right back. Be right back with more ClusterF. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget it's September, 30% off subs, and we'll be right back with more ClusterF. Hit it, Ned. Come on, Ned's being shy. Come on! I can't talk, I'm in shock. What did I just see? My sweet old fucking Meemaw on my computer screen. She used to bake me cupcakes, Meemaw was quite a dame. But now my sweet, sweet Meemaw is causing me some shame. Granny's on the internet doing things so obscene. And now I'm feeling awkward cause I got a bulge inside my jeans. My blood runs cold, cause Granny is 80 years old. My granny has an OnlyFans. My granny has an OnlyFans. They sold her soul. She's sewing her old dusty hole. Meemaw has an OnlyFans. Meemaw has an OnlyFans. I must admit, I was impressed by her big floppy droopy breast. I just couldn't turn away when she opened up her thighs. She was nasty, she was crude, her areolas sure were huge. Something grabbed a hold of me, and I unzipped my fly. Oh gosh, she took off her panties, and I began to blush. She said she'd fuck a football for 50 fucking bucks. I smoked a bowl, I settled in and grabbed my pole. Meemaw has an OnlyFans. Meemaw has an OnlyFans. Took off her clothes. She spread her cheeks, showed her bunghole. Meemaw has an OnlyFans. Meemaw has an OnlyFans. Na 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 na. I beat off watching my grandma. Na 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 na. Blue dot load when she dropped her bra. Na 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 na. I blew my load when she dropped her bra. It's okay, I understand. She probably makes a couple grand. She wears a tiny lacy thong. I wish she would include my mom. Didn't think it'd be so hot to see my granny's privates. She laid down and spread her legs and put a dildo inside it. I got hard watching Granny strip, so I gave her a real big tip. Oh no, I can't deny it. Oh yeah, it gets me excited. My blood runs cold, cause Granny is 80 years old. My granny has an OnlyFans. A granny has an OnlyFans. She sold her soul. She's sewing her old dusty hole. My Meemaw has an OnlyFans. Meemaw has an OnlyFans. Na 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 na. I beat off watching my grandma. That's right. I said it. I'm watching my grandma. Na 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 na. I blew my load when she dropped her bra. Na 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 na. I beat off watching my grandma. Na 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 na. I blew my load when she dropped her bra. It just goes on and on. Na 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 na. I blew my load when she dropped her bra. Na 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 na. Beat off watching my grandma. I'm just gonna fade it out. There's no big finish. Is Jay Gosman supposed to stop playing and start laughing and shit? Oh, boo. That's just boo. Well, I could have been in here a few seconds earlier and had a seamless segue, or I could have kissed my granddaughter goodbye. So I chose the latter. Ooh, not that one. Nope, not that one. Nope, nope. Ooh, why not? Why not? Why the fuck not? Ah, it's muted. You son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. And him. There's only one to lead this country. Only one man who's bold. One man who sells sneakers dipped in gold. They tried to stop him with gunfire, but he's still doing fine. And the wicked bad orange man is still gonna fight. Fight, thought they could assassinate him, but they just missed his brain. Now they can't stop him. Trump has got a real big swamp to drain. Precious Donald, we all watch you, staring at the sun so bright, and the wicked bad orange man is still gonna fight. Break it down, Glenn. Break it down, Glenn. Woo! Get the hankies out. Get the hankies out. I know Jesus will protect you, and we'll have MAGA for all time. And the wicked bad orange man is still gonna fight. It's okay. You can use your hankies. We know. Oh, it's allergy season. Right. Right, Ned's Navy. It's allergy season. You what? Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you forgot your Clarington. Yeah, I get it. Me too. I forgot my Clarington too. Ned's Navy.
That's the sound of a wimpy car alarm. You hear them all the time and nobody pays any attention to them, especially not car thieves. But now there's finally a car alarm with some balls. It's the Eddie Vedder car alarm. Yes, the Eddie Vedder car alarm is guaranteed to stop even the most experienced car thief. Hearing is believing. The Eddie Vedder car alarm fills the air with such feelings of angst and self-importance, no criminal on earth could stand it. But if the grunge sound isn't for you, try the good old-fashioned Roger Daltrey car alarm. That's right. Who the f*** are you to be messing with my car? Act now and get the 7 Mary 3 personal attack alarm free. That's right. Even the most psychotic rapist can't get it up with the sounds of 7 Mary 3 reverberating through his head. Order all 3 today.
Welcome back to ClusterF. September, subs 30% off. Check out ClusterFshow.com. VIP section's the only place in the world you can get the hang overtime every week, an extra hour of the hang. Manson is Best gifted 2 tier 1 subs. Thank you very much, Manson is Best. I need a haircut. My hair's out of control.
Yeah, I've been going short recently. You know,
Probably the way to go. I'll give it a couple more years before I go short. Just give up. Just give up. Go short like you.
For years, I tried to do like some type of cool hairdo until I realized my hair's just not meant for it, man. It's just not. I ain't got the wavy locks.
It's worse things. Worse things than not having wavy locks.
Yeah, this is fine with
I
me.
don't know if you're a wavy lock kind of guy.
No.
I wonder what you'd look like with like a surfer dude kind of hairdo. I'd love to. I'm sure there's ways you can do that on the computer.
Yeah,
I want
need
to
a
see
surfer
Trace as
dude
a surfer
haircut.
dude haircut.
I could be
Might
a
be really
surfer.
super hot. It might be super hot, Trace.
Yeah.
It's just the hair.
It might be.
A little bit of the belly now, but you got the base tan.
Yeah, I got the base tan. I've been working out.
I'm trying to get a little tan on. Looks so much. It's just so much. Don't do it for anybody but yourself. So you can look in the mirror and go, not bad.
What, tanning?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you were white, you'd be going, ooh, ooh. But now not bad.
You can never satisfy your need for a tan, though. I've learned that, Like right now, like I'm not concerned about my tan.
Yeah.
I'm decent tan. But like when I start getting real tan, I'm like, I just like look outside and it's bright out. I'm like, I need to be outside.
One of those guys, the sun worshiper.
Oh, look at those wasted rays out there.
You better get it. But come October, the angle of the sun, you can't. It's hard to get tan
I am.
unless you go out on the boat.
This is the quickest summer that ever happened. Like,
I'm telling you.
like I just got everything settled and ready to go for summer, and like the kids were like, "We got to go back to school." I'm like, "We haven't went on vacation yet."
August 12th is bullshit. That's bullshit.
Is it getting earlier?
Yeah, I never went back on August 12th. It was, when I went, it was like a week before September.
Why they making it shorter?
Up north, they make it Labor Day, after Labor Day, I believe, which is how it should be. Oh, that's not enough time to teach the kids. Well, quit.
They got plenty of fucking
plenty
time.
of fucking time. Just quit wasting our time and money, and just give the kids more time off. That's what I'm saying.
Gosh, can you just like imagine what the schools would be like if they didn't steal all our money? Like, your kids would be riding like those scooters to school, or the scooters to class, or some shit. Like,
I mean, they'd actually be learning something. It's like I think I said it before. It's not rocket science. You look at how they do it in Japan, Denmark, someplace like that, where they actually educate their kids in a way to teach them shit, and you copy it. You don't have to do a bunch of studies, and we'll have commissions, and we're trying to figure this out. It's all a big racket. Education, the Department of Education, and it filters all down. It's a textbook racket. It's a testing racket. It's a school lunch racket. Everybody's got their hands in the school pie. And it
just seems like
except for education.
It seems like altogether they don't want to better our education system. It wouldn't be a hard thing to figure out to do, just like, re-engineering these systems that other schools use in China and stuff like that. Just seeing what they do and doing the same thing.
It's not. So we don't want it. George Carlin said it a long time ago. They want people just smart enough to run the machines.
But it seems like they're all in it together. Why would you want your country to be dumber than another country?
Because you can control your country.
Is that? Oh, I guess You can control them better.
Then you import and then when your country's fat and lazy, and the men can't even qualify to defend your country anymore. You bring in a bunch of foreigners. And you enlist them in the army. That's probably
maybe that's what they're doing.
We know we get our ass kicked in a war
because we're definitely doing it with intelligence. Like for most of our doctors and high-paying jobs in this country, we use this thing called a genius genius scholarship, and give the smartest people in India scholarships over to our country to take all the high-paying jobs because
your mom and I see it all the time. We watch the news, and every night they're going. So we were talking to a doctor-in-law. Go to the doctor, and he's like, "The problem is, every doctor and engineer is Indian."
Yeah,
and it's like, we needed to educate our own children better so that we don't have to import all the scientists and engineers and doctors into our country
I mean, that's not racist. I
No,
guess
it's
it is
not.
racist a little bit, but according to today's society, maybe. But I don't think it's racist to say we should teach our own people how to do stuff and not keep them so dumb that we gotta import other people from smarter countries.
It's not racist at all. It's common sense, which there doesn't seem to be any common sense anymore.
You know, it's just, you know, you need to make your own people smart enough to do that shit, man.
Well, used to. I said Sean Rez says he booked a Veterans Day cruise. Here's a clip of Carnival. I think here's the caption of it. It says, "Carnival cruises are just the Waffle Houses of the sea."
I knew it.
What'd you say?
Who says that?
The guy who posted this video.
Oh.
I mean, how do people not get thrown off more like this, you know?
Fight. That's not. You could easily throw somebody off there.
Yeah, and I mean, people aren't.
Bunch of drunks.
Drunks
Drunks everywhere. Thousands of drunks.
Everywhere you go and see a bunch of drunks, there's always somebody getting in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
How many cops they got aboard to patrol 3,000 people? Hit her, yeah. Let's get a melee going.
Y'all talking too much. Hey, right?
Oh, yeah. Let's get a fight going. Oh, hit and run. Hit and run.
No, that is just a good time to be watching something like that go down. Like,
Trace would love to be on the Waffle House of the Seas.
I was at Cinco Soccer one time, and this one guy just did what she just did, went up and punched a guy and started running away.
Sucker
and it was
punch.
just the funniest thing ever to watch this guy just sucker punch somebody, get chased by like 12 people around the freaking soccer field.
Yeah. I don't want to be stuck on a cruise with these people, though.
Yeah.
Do you know how to TikTok?
What?
Do you know how to TikTok? You know how to TikTok? To post stuff on TikTok?
Yeah.
So I need you to tell me how to do it. Because Berlin, you know, she's in school. She's got better things to do
Yeah.
than manage my TikTok account. I gotta learn how to do it myself.
All right.
So you need to
it's
show me how to
pretty
do that.
easy.
I figured it was.
Mhm.
I just need to do it a couple times and I'll have it down.
Yeah. Snookman says, my wife's a first grade teacher and she wants to quit already. These little shits' attention span is less than 30 seconds.
These shits raised on smartphones. Parents give their kids, you know, smartphones. Not their, you know, they don't have your own phones at 3 years old, but your mom's like, here's the phone. And little Johnny goes off in the corner for 4 hours on YouTube.
And
It's ruining our kids.
And they're talking about that on the news last night.
Oh, a couple schools I've seen in this might have been one school district. They're taking away the phones. So the kids, they figured out a way to do it. They all have to go and put their phones inside this unbreakable pouch.
Yeah.
And so they keep their phones. They don't have to give up their phone, but it's in a pouch and you can't, you know,
Get in it.
it's a sleeve and you
Yeah.
can't do nothing with your phone. And they said we should have done this a long time ago. They say smartphones are destroying our education system.
God, I mean, I can't imagine how bad it is in school now. I mean,
just can't even believe that they ever allowed it.
Couldn't chew gum when I was in school, let alone
Right.
have. Imagine if I brought like an electronic football game to class. They would have just come and smashed it.
yeah, I mean, but when I went to high school, it was the cell phones were bad, and they were flip phones that all you could do was text on, you know. But if you got caught with it, the teacher took it and would either give it back at the end of the class or take it to the office,
Yep.
and you have to go back and get it at the end of school.
And the lady said just what we said. She's like, back in you know, the old days, she said, parents just had to call the office. That's all they had to do to get a hold of their kid was call the office. And you know what? Like I said before, never happened. There was never an emergency that my mom had to call the office and get a hold of me at school. Never happened in all my years in school.
Everybody thinks now that in the 1 in a million chance there's a shooting at the school, your kid has to have a phone. So I don't think there's not a lot of school shootings, so it's not really a significant risk you really have to worry about. And I don't know about what kids are calling there and doing anything other than panicking. They're not. I mean, it's call the front office. It's not. That's just the way it is.
And that's what they just need to tell them. So what? We don't care about your stupid opinion that your daughter has to have a phone so that the mom can, ding her all day long.
Man, I can't fathom the people that just let their kids have their phones all day. Like it blows my mind. Like my kids don't have cell phones, and they play outside all day, every day. They in the car, I just sent you a video of what we do in the car. But, we're just hanging out everywhere we go, maybe listening to some music. And, there'd be some of Harper's friends or cousins that, they'll come over to our house. And, all the kids will be playing. And there'll be one kid just sitting on the couch for 6-7 hours just on their phone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you doing on that phone? It's not my kid, so I can't take the phone. I'm like, what are you doing over there all day on that damn phone, man?
Here's what you guys do for fun.
Well, all these people in the chat are saying that it's the shootings that freak us parents out, and that's what Crystal Gale says, and Tucson Chick says there's a lot of shootings.
Your kid gonna call you and tell him that he's getting shot? Like what?
Your kid has 1,000 times more chance of dying in a car accident going to school than he does in a school shooting. But you're not afraid to drive your kid to school.
Yeah, but what's gonna?
I mean, it's statistically it's completely insignificant when you think of the number of schools and school children. It's once every couple of years fluke, and it's not something you have to. I don't sit here and worry about my grandkids at school. Those girls, I love them to death. They're so special. I just trust that they're going to be safe at school, and the fluke isn't going to happen.
You can't spend your life.
Here's what you guys do.
Freaking me out. I hang out the window at every truck and do this.
Are they doing the thing?
Yeah.
I'm surprised they still beep.
Yeah.
Oh, they get so excited, man. Nerves are out off.
She doesn't even have a seatbelt on.
Yeah, she does. It's under her dress. She does.
Success.
See, you can see her seatbelt.
Yeah, on the seat.
Oh, do we have to go back and show her, make sure Trace is correct?
She might have taken the top part off
she
for
has
the
the lap belt
Yeah,
on.
you can see
to give the
you can see the lap
see
belt.
she's got the lap belt on.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta lean out the window. It's just what you got to do.
Yeah, so is making our kids in school way more stupid better than you having to worry about the shootings?
I mean, why even
the
current state of education system? Why even bother to send your kids to school if it's going to keep going down the road it's going to go?
Yeah,
I think getting rid of the telephones is going to benefit your child so much more. It's a risk-reward thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it's you always think of homeschooling your kids, but that's like
No, I never did. I knew I wouldn't be a good homeschooler.
yeah,
Let's go play out in the yard.
Exactly, but I guess you got to learn some stuff.
Yeah. Wouldn't have been. I'm honest enough to know I'd be a terrible homeschooler.
but I think they can do it all online now. But kids don't want to do that either. It's hard to make them do that. Then they got to sit in front of a computer.
And you got to
the
sit there
whole
and
time.
watch them and make sure they understand it and
How much
aren't cheating and Googling.
How
all the
much
answers.
homeschooling do you have to do? Because I've known like 4 people, including our old boss's kid who did homeschooling, I just never heard of any word of them doing any schoolwork or anything.
I think probably some of them don't.
Yeah,
But,
can
you
you
know,
just
I don't know. You probably have
somebody do it?
Do you have?
You have to be able to.
You have to pass some kind of
certain tests.
test that you have to take,
Yeah, they make you take tests.
or is it all online? You could take and then mom could take it for you. You can cheat on the answers. I don't know. I don't know how the homeschool shit works.
Not something I could ever have done. I'm just too not disciplined.
Nope. Neither one of us.
No, sleep till noon? Yeah, that sounds great. You know, they had a thing on the news, too, yesterday about the ape. There's been several apes in Florida dying lately.
Yeah, Busch
in
Gardens.
zoos.
Gorillas.
There was one up in Jacksonville. And then that was, like, where a couple of the apes had come from that were at Busch Gardens. And in the last couple weeks, 2 great apes have died in Busch Gardens, and they're trying to figure out why. And this girl that was, worked at was she a vet?
I think she worked at Busch Gardens.
She worked at
as
Busch
as a
Gardens
vet.
as a vet, and she quit because and became an advocate for the animals because what she saw must have been so awful that she couldn't take it anymore, And they said that this disease, I forget what it was called.
I can't remember either.
They said that it was this disease that they think the apes were getting, and they just kind of brushed right by this, and they're like, and they said, the disease is spread by human feces, and 2 apes have died, and blah 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 blah, and we were like, what? Where's the question of? Wait, can you back up a little bit? How are these apes coming in contact with human feces? What? They didn't even act like that was
the only thing they mentioned was they were looking into the health practices at the Jacksonville place.
Yeah.
Because I guess, what do you some kind of beast that gets shit all over your hands when you go to the bathroom, and then you're messing with the apes?
Then you go and mess with the apes.
And you didn't wash your hands? Yeah, you made the apes your dinner or something? I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, it's like, why are these apes? I mean, why is it's killing them that they're becoming, and getting in contact with human feces? It's like, well, that's weird.
They didn't really talk about that.
Seems
pretty weird. DJ Digital Trips subscribe for 55 months.
I think 3 or 4 great apes died from it.
Yeah. Going to the zoo's not fun. Like, I'm not. It doesn't bother me. Zoos don't bother me too much. I don't think about them too much. And, I don't know if I'm, like, really against them or anything. But, like, when I do go to the zoo, I'm like, oh, look at that elephant tearing on his leg flap because he's been stuck in here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Elephants are the worst. That's the worst. I don't know, because you can think, well, they're saving some species, and maybe these species, maybe they don't think it's so bad having someone bring them food instead of hunting for food. But I don't know. Then again, you think, is that living?
Like a tiger.
They can't run. I mean, they run. They run, and they can't run. I can't ever run at a zoo anymore.
Usually if you see a big cat in a zoo, he's pacing.
Yeah.
He's pacing the length of the cage back and forth, back and forth, back
There's
and forth.
some lazier ones and bigger things that are just chilling, and you can maybe make the argument that that fucking
like a sloth.
Yeah,
they might have a better life in a zoo.
Even sometimes you see the tigers, and they're not fucking pacing. They're just like, when's the guy gonna bring me my zebra leg? When are my steaks gonna be here?
They're laying on a big piece of board with their occasionally their tail will flap.
Yep.
I don't know.
Some of
the
you
elephants
I don't know.
seem the most unhappy.
Well, elephants
They're smarter, probably.
There's a possibility elephants are smarter than humans. They got a way bigger fucking brain. Their heads, you can see their brains.
The
about
biggest head on the planet, other than a whale.
And they just can't manipulate their surroundings because they don't have thumbs and stuff.
Well, they got a trunk. They got a trunk.
And they can
paint with their trunk.
They can paint with their trunk.
They could probably get out of some of their enclosures, but they would just get shot.
I don't think so.
I don't know. But that's the saddest part. The elephants, when they rock. You know, it's like they've been driven insane. You know, type thing is what it seems to me. And you're gonna go put your kid on that to ride them. You know, they do the rides for.
I don't know. I
elephants.
ain't
It's
never
like,
been on
don't do
seen an
that.
elephant ride, but
Oh yeah, I have.
Like Busch Gardens.
Busch
they have.
Gardens, at the circus.
even know that.
Yeah, yeah. I think we did that one time with the kids, didn't we?
I don't think so.
I remember.
Ever done it? I don't know.
And it's like you never know when an elephant's gonna have enough.
yeah.
20 years, he's like, today's the day.
Today's the day.
And when an elephant snaps, there's not a lot you can do.
Yeah, I mean that they do snap, right? You've seen them go on the rampages.
They get pissed. They're like people. They get a breaking point, and then they're like, I'm fucking everything up in here.
Yeah.
You hear about the NASA? I think this is the Boeing Starliner capsule. They have a weird noise on it. Did you hear about that?
Noise in space.
Houston on 2. Got a question about
Oh,
Starliner.
in it, yeah.
Houston's with you, Butch. Go ahead.
There's a strange noise coming through the speaker, and I didn't know if you could connect into the Starliner and let me keep mic and let you hear it. I don't know what's making it, but I don't know if it's something that maybe is connected between here and there, making that happen. But anyway, can you do that?
We can configure that, Butch. Give us a minute, and I'll call you back when it's ready.
Okay.
Is this the people stuck up there?
This is the people stuck up there.
Oh, are they starting to fucking hear things?
No, they really hear stuff.
Audio via hardline and
Let me
CST.
I'm gonna keep the mic up.
Let me just cue it up
Copy.
here. There we
That's
go.
negative, Butch. We did not hear anything.
There we go.
All right, Butch, that one came through. It was kind of like a pulsing noise, almost like a sonar ping.
Yeah, I'll do it one more time, and I'll let y'all scratch your heads and see if you can figure out what's going on. Here we go.
Okay, so would you be freaked out about that, or?
Oh, I wasn't sure if he was playing a practical joke on him because he's been up in space for so long. He's pissed as shit. That's what I thought originally.
I don't think they're into practical joke.
But where's this noise coming from?
It's
A
coming from the
speaker?
speakers.
What?
So it's probably. I think they said it was just some kind of internal audio glitch.
I'm thinking, how long have they been up there?
Not that long. How long have they
thought
been
it
up?
was like 80 days.
2 or 3 months. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple months.
3 months maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you
And
could
there's
go
other
insane
people.
and be like freaking, just being in space is a pretty crazy
People
feeling.
stay up there for a year sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
They're going to be there till February.
Yeah, they're gonna be till February. That's
They
a
gotta
long.
hitch a ride back on another.
Are they banging yet? I want to know.
That's
if
all they
they're
do is bang. That's all they do all day long.
They've got to be banging.
Nothing else to do in space.
Where would they have privacy to bang? Do they all have their own bedrooms?
I'm sure there's a corner or have some
Where are they
privacy.
putting
Maybe you
all
got
their-
a bunk and you got a little thing you could.
I think after
Pull
80
down.
days, you just bang right in front of the cameras. You don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they're all like, "We gonna bang? When you want to bang? 9 o'clock. Meet here. We'll bang. We're gonna anti-gravity bang. Nothing else to do."
Where do they put all their waste? Go to the bathroom.
Do
Launch
they?
it out
They
into space.
Wonder what kind of bathroom they're going after. They're just eating that space food. What kind of poops
how
do
are the
they
bowels of the astronauts' bowel movements?
have? Yeah.
Everything about it doesn't seem pleasant to me.
Gosh, we're fucked. Yeah. We
you
never
go to the
went to the
bathroom without
moon.
it?
We can't get these people out of orbit. What the fuck?
Right. Can you go to the bathroom without it just coming right back onto you?
I
How
think
do
they
you do
have
that?
I bet they got a special kind of gimmick.
Like a
Dick hose.
vacuum. It's like a vacuum.
Like a dick
You gotta
vacuum.
A butt and a dick vacuum. I guarantee
Stick up
they
Yeah.
do.
to your
Something
butt.
like
They
that.
don't talk about that,
That's
do they?
glamorous. Butt and a dick vacuum.
They got them, I'm telling you.
I mean, the guys, I'm sure, like the dick vacuum. But
Can I have sex today? No, I got the dick vacuum.
Dick vacuum.
But that's a good point. You can't get these guys out of space, but we're going to go to the moon. But we can't get them up to the space station and back safely.
So the only two options are we didn't go to the moon, Trace, and the other option is we went to the moon in the 1960s because we were way smarter.
It's
way smarter.
Yeah.
And now we're incompetent
Now
and
we're
dumb.
way dumber.
It's a
Well,
possibility.
that's the government's explanation, pretty much. We lost the technology and we don't know how to do it. We've gotten too dumb to go back to the moon. Is what the government says the
what they
reason
say.
we can't.
Oh, we ain't going to Mars.
But
We got to the moon. We were smarter. Now
or
we
we
can't even
just
get back.
never met. I mean, I
Or we
just
never did- or we never
the
did
people
it.
like Elon wanting to go to Mars. Why isn't he just helping get to the moon?
Is he planning on going to the moon first? I think NASA's planning on going to the moon first.
I don't know.
I don't know if Elon's planning on
But
going.
why
I don't
doesn't
think
he
you-
help NASA go to the moon since he seems to be the smarter one?
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to get involved with the government.
Oh, shit.
What's going on?
I need to go take those girls to school.
Oh, where's the school? Like,
Oh yeah, you do.
I don't think people understand, man. Like the moon.
Understand
Like-
what?
Like the space station in comparison to the moon is like right here. You know, it's like right around the Earth. I think it's like, yeah, probably about a half inch comparison to the Earth.
The moon?
No, no,
The space station. Yeah, the space
space
station's real. It's real
And
close.
then the moon's like from me to you or some shit like that, or even further.
200,000 miles, so it's way out here.
Yeah, the space station's like right in this area. You know, we can't get out to here to get after all these years. We can't go get somebody just easily after they said something's wrong with our rocket. If we went to the moon, it seems as if they would be able to do that. They would already have a fucking plan for somebody getting in space, and then they just launch somebody the next day to go get them or something. You know,
You'd think.
yeah, it takes some months to get there, but we went to that place a bunch of times and never had a fucking issue, except for a
bunch of
time
times.
where they
Oh,
had to make a fucking air filter out of a fucking roll of duct tape.
So the first time you go to the moon, okay, you blast through the Earth's atmosphere with your rocket, and then you detach into this lunar whatever thing that goes to the moon. What has it got? Some little rockets, and 200,000 miles away, you're like,
Yeah.
you just go. How do you? You've never been there before. You've never even done anything like this. You never traveled in space, and the first time you try it, you take your little small lunar
Right
deal
there.
and you go right to the moon and you land and you separate and you. This sounds preposterous. to
It
me.
does a little bit.
You play some golf. You'd ride a dune buggy.
Oh, they really had nothing good to do on the moon.
Have sex.
Oh, were we making Ned's Navy mad again? I just don't know, man. It just doesn't. It almost seems like it was back in the day, not many people believed that we didn't go to the moon. And slowly more and more people are thinking we didn't go to the moon. And it almost seems like the government's kind of like, we kind of went to the moon, you know. We don't know how to do it anymore.
It's gonna come. I think eventually it'll come out. And how, like, on the space station, how long? That thing's been up there for I mean, how long? Decades, right?
Yeah.
That thing's not gonna wear out. Nothing ever happens to where they, if you lose, your seal, aren't you dead?
Yeah.
If the hatchet doesn't seal correctly. I don't know. I don't believe in space.
It's, that's a theory, it's, sometimes I think, this isn't a real, I'm not like saying this is true, but like sometimes I think humans are just my fish in my fucking fish tank, bro. Like, and the light is some type of, fucking, like, I guess they have all this technology and exploration of space and telescopes. But they don't really know what they're fucking looking at, They're just looking out into the nothingness. Like, what?
They're making it all up.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever they see, they just make up what they think.
What they think it is.
It's made of.
know?
They don't know. They don't know dick.
The sun's a fucking heat lamp over our, over our Earth terrarium.
I mean, it's a long ways away. Long ways away, the sun.
It
I'm
is.
telling what it really is. Space is fake, says Horrible Rob. Space is fake. We're going with that. Space is fake.
And you can study the sun. Who knows what they say they know what's burning in the sun. What do they try and, match the color of the sun by burning different things and being like, oh, it must be methane. You can't fucking test out any theories about the sun. You can't get close enough.
How is
burn up.
How is there a burning ball that burns forever until it'll finally burn out? But how does it burn for just
millions
of years? It's made of what?
Goddamn light bulb.
It's made of gas, and the gas. Where's the gas never goes away?
I think they say the mass keeps the gas in.
Shouldn't it be shrinking? Shouldn't the sun be
It
getting
should be
smaller,
shrinking or growing according to anything else that's ever happened with fire.
Perhaps. I don't think we know anything about the sun.
Yeah.
Sun ain't real. Okay, we just
sun's not orange. The sun is white. I saw that the other day.
I can believe that. I'll go with that. Could be white, and it could be fake. It could be a white light bulb instead of the yellow light we thought that it was. Space ain't real. Sun ain't real.
I don't even know what to think about anymore. This is blowing my mind.
Don't think about it.
What is that MJ guy on? What is it called? I think I heard it this morning.
Because people will flock to him because he's so good. He's on Q105.
Q105? Maybe I wasn't.
Oh, you should have listened to him.
Is it MJ in the morning?
Yeah.
Is that a different guy?
No, MJ in the morning.
I was listening to MJ in the morning.
It was pretty good. You liked it, didn't you? Liked it a lot. You were riveted, didn't you? The most amazing show you've ever heard, Trace.
I guess Lauren was listening to music in my truck and left it on that station.
Yeah.
I was driving in this morning. Gosh, man. The whole time, all he talked about was this guy that cut him off this morning or yesterday night. And this guy's a menace to society. And he's just like way overdoing it.
Top. He's everything. He was the whole show. He's over the top. It's hard to work with somebody.
Oh, yeah, this guy's a menace to society.
And he plays some car crashes. Yeah.
There was a guy, I guess, without its headlights who came swerving in between him and another car.
Yikes.
And he was just going off about and calling like what do you think this guy was on to do this type of It's like, what? It's just like made up.
That's I had to sit
People
there.
were like, well, he was probably just smoking weed because was he on methamphetamines?
I was making $20,000 a year. I was working, but then MJ came to town, and so I was working for him. $20,000 a year. I loathed it. I hated it, and they were going to get rid of BJ, and so I was going to get a bigger role in the show, and they were going to pay me $40,000, Trace.
It's like $100,000 now.
They were going to pay me $40,000 in the early '90s, and I was like, I'm going to Iowa for $34,000. And I got the fuck out of there because I was miserable. Hated it. Moved my whole family. Get away from that guy. I couldn't stand listening to that guy. I don't know how people, that just tells you how dumb people are. Listen to that guy. He's horrible to listen to. He's such a blowhard, and he had #1 ratings.
Yeah.
What do you?
I always just end up listening to 94.1. It's not that good.
Hip hop.
Yeah. They're always doing some quiz when I'm coming in.
Oh, you mean the morning show?
Yeah, the Meet the Freaks.
They're not terrible.
Beat the Freak, something like that.
They're like the only real morning show in the whole market.
Yeah,
There's
not
nobody
bad.
doing the Joe show. I keep meaning. One time I taped the War of the Roses because they do it at like 7:00 every morning.
Yeah.
And so I'm in here, and I can just go to their website and tape it. But we never played it because I forgot, and I can't remember to do it because it's got to be horrible.
What is the war? What do they do? I'm sure I've heard
you
it.
get an alleged couple on the phone, and she, describes this ridiculous scenario where, he cheated on her somehow, and then he gets on and denies it, and then blah, 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 they go back and forth, and it's like they do it like a couple times a week.
Oh, my goodness.
People love it. They eat it up.
It's all just made up bullshit.
It's like reality TV. So you got a couple people reading a script and pretending to be angry, but they're not real actors. They couldn't get a job. The only job they can get is $14 an hour talking on the phone for a comedy service. Makes me sad how radio has degraded. Used to be a great product.
Now there are people you can have call in, with a weird situation. Like that exists, right?
Like real.
You can pay somebody to call into your radio station.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, there'd always be like some big segment on our old show, with some guy who call in and you're like, at first you're like, what the fuck's going on? And then you're like, oh, this isn't real.
Yeah. Most of our stuff was real though. That old show.
Yeah,
most
it
of the
was.
Callers and shit.
I'd say 99%. Like one day a year, there's a terrible caller that the fat man's just like, this guy's so entertaining, and everybody's like, this guy's fucking stupid.
He always thought that he could just make radio gold by saying it was radio gold, and that does work for some people. He's doing it now. The people who are listening now are the people who are still buying him saying he's putting out radio gold. But he thought, he'd get some jobber in there that like intern.
Yeah.
That he liked or for some reason or thought. And he's like, I'm going to make you a superstar. And it's like, you just can't make, some people you can make a superstar and some people you can't.
There's been a couple times, like maybe 5 times since in the past 5 years that I've tuned into any parts of that. It's not a comedy show anymore. I don't know exactly what it is.
Oh, but there's no pops at all. No pops like zero pops.
Oh, this is, man, I still can never figure out fucking Tuttle, man. I mean, I still hang out with Colton and Tuttle every once in a while.
Yeah.
And, yesterday Colton texted me, when Tuttle will be in he made a group chat with me and Tuttle.
Oh, boy.
And said, yo, Tuttle's going to be down in town this time. We should do, go do something, even if it's just hanging out at my place or something. I text back, I'm down. And Tuttle texts, it would be great to see Trace. To me. Text that to me. I'm in the group text, so I just stopped texting at that point. I was like, I don't even know what to say to that. It would be great to see you, because it's like that. It feels like, it'd be great to see Trey, like not real.
I mean, he's so conniving that you never know. So you just can't trust him at all. Too bad. I enjoyed working with Tuttle, but I don't trust him as far as I could throw him.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say we'll hang out all the, at Colton's or go do something together, and the whole time he's just like, Trace, you're my best friend, and I just miss you so much. You're just like, do you hate me? Do you fucking hate me more than anybody in the world? And you just won't admit it?
He's Bubba the Love Sponge with less weight and less talent. Because he's a total worker. You can't believe a word he says. Oh, not
work until the day he dies.
Word he says. Yeah, work until the day he dies. Too bad.
Oh.
You guys had a really good show.
Yeah. Last time I went over there, we were fucking dying, for like 3 hours. Just like, man, we'd be rich if somebody just recorded us hanging out.
You secretly record it. Get him in trouble with a fat man. That's what you need to do, buddy. We got the Sean Raz shitty song of the week. You want to do that?
Who is it?
Adam Calhoun.
Oh, God.
Mises. Featuring Tom McDonald. Oh,
God.
Oh, I don't know.
That's a lot to handle right now.
Know.
Oh.
I guess we'll do it.
We can do it if you want.
I don't want to do it.
I got a video of my fish we can play that might be more entertaining than this.
Hang on, we're going to watch Trace's fish video instead.
It's not that entertaining, but it's better than those guys.
Better than those schmucks? All right, here we go. Trace's fish video.
I was just recording my fish.
Well, we want to see it.
And Lauren was making fun of me in the background.
You're fish guy.
because I bought more.
Fish suck. Problem.
What's that one? You got like a sucker fish down there? What's that one?
I got all types of fish. There's a sucker fish.
Suck. I have a problem.
There, is that little sucker fish?
He's keeping the tank clean.
Is he doing good?
Yeah.
Suck. I have a problem. Where's Mr. Goldie?
There he is.
Uh-huh.
Oh, looks good. Freshly cleaned.
No, it's getting to the point it needs cleaned.
Okay, looks good.
It's not too bad.
It's pretty good.
I just thought that'd be better than the Adam Calhoun song.
I give that a thumbs up. I give that a thumbs up. I don't know if I'm going to give this a thumbs up. The Sean Raz, Tom McDonald.
He's got to be shit-faced on a cruise to think this music's good.
Mises, Tom McDonald,
And I looked,
and Adam Calhoun.
and behold a pale horse, and his name that sat upon him was Death, and hell followed with him.
I'm trying to figure out what this shit is.
What are you doing?
I'm just listening to what this stupid ad is. It looks pretty stupid.
Oh, I thought this was the song.
Oh, is this it?
This is the song.
Oh, I was waiting for the ad to be over. My bad. Here we go. Mises, Adam Calhoun, and Tom McDonald. 3 of our favorites.
You ever get depression? Face goes blank, no expression. Dealing with some demons, they aggressive. Looking at the gun on the dresser. Got a question.
This guy might be I think this is my least favorite.
Least favorite?
Adam Calhoun.
Will you stop if I press it? I don't really want to off myself, but I often sit and think. Gotta shed a tear like a drop from a faucet. Sink, need to talk to a shrink. Walk with a priest, wanna fight everybody. When I walk down the street, want a problem. Fuck you, Your Honor. Never had a father, made me crazy. Motherfucker came and swing.
Oh, shut up. I just want to say shut up. Wish I was driving by so I could tell him to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up!
He ain't gonna do nothing about it either.
Nope. He ain't gonna do shit.
No.
It's all talk.
Way before I ever heard of shady. I ain't even know white dudes rap. Thought you had to be black for that. Had to Philly started jacking with the hat to match. I was rapping way before I heard the aftermath.
I've been feeling crazy, but I've been acting like I got it all together. I've been down lately, but maybe someday I'll get my
It sucks ass.
It does.
Sucks
Can
ass.
somebody save it? I don't
together. Made it through the bad weather.
I don't think Tom McDonald's gonna hop in and save it with a catchy tune.
I think Tom phoned this in. He's like, I gotta go do a song with Adam.
I gotta go do an
Calhoun.
angry song with Adam
And
Calhoun.
Mises.
I don't like to look in mirrors, cause I don't like looking at my.
Oh, this angry Bush League Yahoo angry rap is just fuck. What's it? The worst genre ever.
I don't look at
Oh, imagine living next door to this guy, having to hear this shit all the time.
God, he's doing
Oh, my
another
God.
music video.
He's
He's
screaming, talking fast like an asshole.
I don't look at
That's a hook. That's a hook.
looking at my why so aggressive? Say it with my chest, bitch, so they get the message. I don't mean to text best if you just look away.
God, Adam Calhoun is so bad.
Which guy is
He
it?
makes Mises seem a little better.
This is Mises. I can't get these guys straight. They all look the same to me.
It's like an exorcist. Waking up from nightmares, heart thumping. God, are you hearing my prayers? Cause I hear thunder, and I don't really like mirrors. Someone stares back at me looking like my fear. The only one that I'm scared of is G.O.D.
Does anybody know what they're talking about at
I have
all?
no idea.
At all?
And the O.
The song
I'm not
is,
the best with lyrics,
the
but
song
this is
mirror,
too much.
mirrors. The song is mirrors. So they're looking
At
at
themselves.
themselves. Boy, I don't think they really are.
Yeah.
If they really did, they'd have to
The
reevaluate their
mirror's
life.
broken.
That'd be fuck. What are we doing?
Me, drunk a OE. And I don't know if you aware, but I've been slowly numbing pain like a OD. I'm Cody. Battling my demons like it's 106 in Park. Medicating sins with some gin. Never healed the scars. Trying to impart part of my heart with my art. But the dark feel like darts and I don't know where I should start. Cause I've been feeling crazy, but I've been acting like I got.
Here's Tom McDonald. He's like, when can I go home? Jesus
I've been acting
Christ.
like I got it all together.
That guy taking a shit?
Yeah,
You taking a shit?
He
That
is.
I've been down lately, but maybe someday I'll get my act together. Made it through the bad weather.
I need to get a trace fart the biggest fart you have.
Yeah.
Mic'd up, and then we need to play it during this song.
Oh, man.
We need a trace fart.
It was okay, but I had better. I don't like to look in mirrors, cause I don't like looking at my.
I don't blame you, buddy, but I don't want to have to hear about it. He doesn't like looking in mirrors because he doesn't like to look at his face.
Gosh, don't you get it? Why do you make music videos then? That's how we all feel.
We all feel that way. Oh,
God.
I gotta get by the chorus. Shut the fuck up. Oh, shut up. Oh, he's still screaming.
Screaming at the mirrors again.
Oh, here comes Tom McDonald. Boo. He's gonna...
I'm mentally unstable, unable to get a grip. Bet my guardian angel probably thinks I'm a piece of shit. Got a mountain of problems and I've been standing on a cliff, thinking maybe I should jump and tell everybody I tripped. Can't admit it, but I'm sick. The prescription pills that
This is why I'm depressed. I don't want to hear about you white trash problems.
I mean, Tom McDonald can't save this song.
This is all the stuff Ned sings about, but Ned
makes it funny.
He does it
These
with a
guys
smile
are
on his face.
Really upset about this
These
stuff.
guys they're so upset they can't even stand looking at themselves. Jesus Christ.
I getting harder to swallow and I don't feel like I'm fixed. I'm slipping further and further into the grip of a pit I've been digging since I was nothing, a little 6-year-old kid. Now I'm grown and I'm seeing ghosts of the man I used to be before I fell into this hole full of bones. I've been getting stoned and it helped me cope with everything beautifully, but I wish I would have known about the lows. I moved into the middle.
Trace fart. I
think after is he falling back? The last song we saw by Tom McDonald's, we thought he might be on drugs.
Oh yeah, see he needed the inspiration. He's running out of material.
If I was you, wouldn't go there, cause I just wanna be by myself. Nothing but some mountains and color. I got.
We spared you the Adam Calhoun, Mises, and Tom McDonald.
I'm so
song.
jealous she didn't have to see the
You
first
should have taken the
half.
kids to school today, Trace.
I know.
Bad choice. It's quite dreadful. We're almost done. No, we still got a minute left. Ugh.
Got my dogs and I don't care about everything.
4 minutes long.
I just wanna be in nature, keep erasing my entire legacy of everything and being famous. I am not a celebrity, I'm a piece of paper.
What was that?
Is this a new one already?
Well, he's collabing with Adam Calhoun and Mises, so he just had to spit a few lines.
Who the heck is Mises?
He's a guy with a real big ZZ Top beard, baby. Does that help you? No, it doesn't.
I think the guy
they all look like that.
thought was old, and then he wasn't old.
No, that's
somebody else.
Denim Jones.
That's Denim Jones. You're right. I hate them all.
Fuck you.
Then there's a guy with the straw hat too.
Oh yeah.
See,
Adam Calhoun's my least favorite.
Yeah, this is really bad.
Everywhere I go, people looking at me weird. Every time I see a mirror, I can't look at my face. I've been feeling crazy, but I've been acting like I got it all together. I've been down lately, but maybe someday I'll get my act together.
I doubt it. I really seriously doubt
Adam
it.
Calhoun
What are they digging for?
That's Adam Calhoun. They're, I don't know.
Digging their own grave.
They're gonna bury this track when they're done.
Made it through the bad weather. Day was okay, but I had better. I don't like to look in mirrors, cause I don't like looking at my. I don't look at my.
At least, Donnie, you're gonna get it, enjoying the hook. You get to hear this nice hook.
I don't look at my. I don't look at my. I see you looking at my face.
Oh, Sean.
I'm glad that's over.
I hope your cruise ship sinks on its Veterans Day cruise after that one.
Oh man.
Oh,
You're taking the shitty song of the week a little too close to heart.
Scrape the skyway.
Man,
Now you sound like the guy I used to work for at Econo Auto Painting back in the day. He used to scream at the shop managers. He used to always scream at him, I hope your fucking plane crashes on your way. You know, he'd say that kind of shit to him. He was a real asshole.
What an asshole.
Jody owned Econo Auto Painting.
God, how did people, like, I get, like I got yelled at a few times when I first started, but like, how do you be older than like 20, 21, 22 before like you let somebody at a fucking shitty paint job yell at you like that?
Yeah.
Like, it is like it's hard to quit a job. Like
He was younger than all of them too.
But he said,
Jody was about not much older than me, and he married the owner, the owner's daughter, and he quickly took over all their.
Can you imagine?
All their management, and they had like, I don't know, 20, 30 Econo auto paintings from here to Shreveport and all that, and he was such a fucking asshole. He was
Can you imagine?
He was always in his office just screaming at these managers on the phones, and they were all, older than him, telling them he wishes their plane would crash and stuff like that.
And you've been
Like,
doing
you're
this a
such
long
dick.
time, and this guy, he's the
my
boss's son-in-law, and all of a sudden he's
Yeah.
in charge, and he's a real cocksucker,
Real
and you're like,
cocksucker he was.
man.
He was
And
never
tho-
nice
and
to
so,
anyone
and those
in the
guys, if you're
office even.
back in the day, if you're a manager of Econo Auto Pump, it's probably a decent job.
Yeah.
You're not spraying. You're managing. You're probably making okay money. It's probably decent. You probably got some benefits. So you got to take this guy's shit. You got to take this guy telling you, screaming at you and all that shit, and he don't even know what he's talking about probably.
It is weird how, there's jobs that, when you're there for so long, you make more money and you get promotions and stuff. And some that you get things after you work there for 20 years, like a government job that would suck to quit. But like all the other jobs, man, it's not, you think it's the end of the world if you get fired and like you're so depressed for like the next day or something. And then you're like, oh, I can just go get any other job because
I think people figured that out, and I think that's the problem.
Yeah, it might be.
That's the problem. I saw on the news last night they were talking about the hero jobs, like, traditionally considered hero jobs, like the firefighter, the nurse, the teacher. These people do, very important jobs for the community. And they say they're going way down because social media, the people who work in these jobs are going on TikTok and talking about how bad they suck.
The job?
Yeah. It showed us, it's like firefighters, 85% negative, teachers, 70% negative, nurses, 65% negative. So they're all like, why? You thought you wanted to be a fireman, but then you've been brainwashed the last 3 years on social media that it sucks ass, or a nurse or a teacher, especially a teacher. I imagine the horror stories. That's probably true.
Yeah.
The most true is the teacher. It's got to suck ass.
Well, I mean, I was thinking firefighter. Like, what's a firefighter got to deal with negative? But I'm guessing, you just got to wait till, you chill at your fire station, wait till there's a fire. But no, you're going and dealing with people overdosing on fentanyl all day long and have to try and save, you might not think about it too much, but it's probably pretty traumatic to try and save somebody from dying, that's throwing up on their own vomit or some shit.
It's true. It's a lot. Every time you go out, it's a crisis for somebody. It's usually somebody's worst day.
Every call, somebody's having a heart attack or dying,
or someone's house burning down.
And then there's always the chance you're going to die.
Not really in Florida. Like, how many firefighters die in Florida?
Not many.
Not too many fires in high rises.
Yeah, that's the thing you got to be worried about is tall buildings. There's like 8 tall buildings in Florida. Like, I've been to what was it? Orlando before, and I was like, I didn't even know there was more tall buildings in Florida. There's 6 more here.
Wow, this is funny. It says there isn't much information about the number of firefighter deaths in Florida annually. I guess that's all you need
that
to know.
means not even close to 1. Not even close. Didn't even get burned.
But here's some information about firefighter deaths in the United States. Okay, no, I'm not taking your cookies. It says in 2022, there were 96 fatalities among firefighters while on duty in the United States, up from 70 in the previous year.
But not in Florida, because it's...
So you're averaging about 80 people in 50 states. So it's like less than 2 a state. So that's probably a pretty safe job.
I think it is, especially being in
Florida. They couldn't even find. Has anybody ever died in Florida? They couldn't even find any information about it. Nobody's ever died. Maybe.
Why don't we have high buildings in Florida? What is the Is it because of
so much
hurricanes?
They forgot how to build them.
We don't have the technology.
Yeah.
We lost it.
Yeah.
Lost the high-rise technology because you don't need. The land is so cheap because there's plenty of it.
For now.
Yeah, they don't. Tall buildings don't make any fucking sense in my head. Like I get them, and they're made with these giant steel beams. But like, have you ever taken like a fucking just like a piece of paper and tried to hold it out the window and it's it's like that. Now imagine that times a million. That would feel. That's how much pressure is being pushed up against this building when it's windy. It's like 1 million pounds of pressure pushing on one side. How does it not just blow that bitch right over?
You're asking the wrong guy.
I know.
Seems like it should. One day it's going to happen. It's never happened either.
Good engineering, I
You
guess.
never get blown over by
No
the wind.
building's ever been blown over.
Well, not skyscrapers that I know of ever blown over by the wind.
Yeah.
They're
Was
built
the Leaning
they're built
Tower?
they're built to sway.
Was the Leaning Tower of Pisa meant to lean?
No, it just started.
But then they restabilized it. Leaning
because it eventually it was it was like an inch a year.
Yeah.
Eventually be too leaning.
I mean, wouldn't that be
collapse.
that if someone's house was leaning like that, they would condemn it?
Are you allowed to go in? I don't know if you're allowed to go inside.
I forget. I just read a big article about the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and I don't remember
And you
any
should know
of
the
it.
answers.
It was so dull.
It was dull.
Pisa. Okay, let's see.
HD shown, subscribe for 24 months. Thank you. My there we
Thank
go.
you very much. Woo! Here's the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Like, I mean, probably one of my least favorite world monuments, just because. Does it only sound cool because it sounds like pizza?
Probably why it became so. When I was young, you used to hear more mentions of the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
I remember hearing about it a lot as a kid.
So you heard about the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I don't really hear about it a lot anymore. But in America, probably because when I was young, I thought it was the Leaning Tower of Pizza.
Yeah. It really stuck with you.
Yeah, you're like the Leaning Tower of Pizza.
Now, is this us getting stupid or just the event? The event of the Leaning Tower of Pisa has gotten farther away that it doesn't seem to be something that little kids would talk about anymore.
I don't know. I guess.
Are we done talking about that? I'm done. How come it doesn't? How do you stabilize something that's leaning like that?
Don't ask me. That's an engineering
What's
question.
the thing
Ask
that they
an
always
Indian
show
guy.
in France that is the big thing that you walk under? and
Eiffel
stuff?
Tower.
Oh yeah, the Eiffel Tower. I
Yeah.
forgot what it was.
Eiffel Tower.
Trace. Look at your mom's shirt.
Jesus Christ. Did you know you had an Eiffel Tower shirt on?
It's got 100 Eiffel Towers on it.
It does.
What's that metal thing?
Thing.
France. At the
I
walk
think-
under.
I feel like I've seen it recently.
It's this close to me. I can feel it.
I just listened to that song Mirrors and it reminded me of the Eiffel Tower.
What an idiot.
And I believe the Eiffel Tower was the tallest thing made after the pyramid.
Yeah, Crystal Gal.
It was the first thing taller than the pyramids that humans built.
You could be correct on that.
And that's
all
weird.
you know.
That's pretty crazy.
And I don't think it's that tall.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
but I mean, relative to today's standards.
Yeah. Why do they got to keep making things so tall? Is that
in cities? That's the only
They do it in China and
where all the
stuff,
people
'cause-
where all the people are in the cities.
Yeah. They
you
just
gotta-
keep going up and
you
up
want to
and
buy
up.
a small plot of land and go up.
Yeah.
There's not even big plots of land available. In New York City, you have no choice but to build a skyscraper. It's $22.07 for tickets to go to the. I don't know to what? Walk around and take a picture of this.
I'd be pissed as fuck if I went to see the Eiffel Tower and they were like, "That's gonna be $22." I'd be like, "Go fuck yourself." I'm just looking at it.
I don't know if you have to pay to get on the Eiffel Tower. You might.
To go in it? Can you go in it?
What the
On it?
Pisa deal? I don't
Yeah.
think you can go. I don't know. I'm gonna have to Google that too. Can you go?
If you
in?
can't go in it, just knock it over. Be done with it. God, there's another stupid thing where they were.
Are you thinking the same thing?
That another stupid historical building they want to save because black people used to sleep there. It's like, and they say it's how. Yeah, they showed a picture of it. It's so run down. It's like, by the time you restore it, it's not even the same
You're
building.
just building a new building.
You're just building something on the site where it was. So why don't you just let someone else build something on the site where it was? And, put a little plaque out there or whatever. It's like, stop saving these dilapidated buildings just because it's the only place that black people were able to stay during this era. Or, a white, president stayed here. Who cares? Who cares?
I get it. Okay, if you got a historical building.
Garbage. I mean, if it's...
And you can restore it.
made out of, like, brick or,
yeah, it's worth keeping.
Worth keeping.
These things, like Bubba was always trying to get that one house.
Jackson house.
Jackson house. And it was, what do they call it? Condemned.
Yeah.
Most of these buildings are condemned. It's like, once a building is condemned and it's not structurally sound, you're just building a new building.
Yeah.
It's kind of pointless to me.
Very pointless. Let's just move
getting that
on.
Trace fart ready, Trace?
I was thinking about it. What was the Jackson house?
Let's move forward and, just like the cemetery. Oh, they keep still trying to find cemeteries underneath. The people were buried 150 years ago. It's like, okay. People were buried under there 150 years ago.
They're still under there.
Put the fucking building up and let's
We
move
can't build
on.
anything anywhere then because somewhere's been,
People have been dying for millions of years.
Yeah.
There's like a dead body everywhere.
Oh my God, it's just unbelievable the stupid stuff they waste their time on. So to go spend some of your time trying to make something our school system better or something.
What was that house you were talking about that he was trying to buy? I had to go through years of hearing about it, and never knowing exactly what was going on.
The Jackson house. See, I really couldn't get into that,
And none of them.
I couldn't give a shit.
None of them gave a shit about it either.
No, it was just a PR deal.
It was just a PR. They didn't give two fucks about it.
A PR deal that I just couldn't get worked up about. It was like, I don't care, and it's just a PR deal. The whole thing's stupid.
I mean, to their credit, nobody should give a shit about it. Really, it was a condemned house.
Nobody should give a shit about it. That's just us. That's how we feel. And you can feel differently if you want, but boy, it seems like a waste of time.
What a waste of time.
Like a fucking waste
like I
of
said,
time.
they got to redo the walls. They got to redo the
still
floors. They got to
This is
redo
stuff I've heard
everything.
about it. I'm trying to. What the fuck is it?
The Jackson Town. It was a place where African American musicians or athletes could stay back when there was discrimination, and they weren't allowed in white hotels. And it'd be lovely to preserve it if there was something left to preserve.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty
really
racist. Why would we want to
there's-
preserve something?
There's plenty
good
of
for them.
those
Oh, I
places.
guess.
Plenty of those places that have,
not.
it was just ridiculous to me.
Yep, we're not into it. I think it's a big waste. I think it's a big waste. All right, let's take a break. Getting late, and we'll be right back with more ClusterF.
I ain't never been with a woman, I'm a jerk. I'm an ugly asshole. I live alone, just poor old me and Fido. I'm freaking celibate, but I don't mind. 'Cause my canine friend is hungry all the time. Peanut butter and a dog. Peanut butter and a dog. Peanut butter and a dog. It's all I want. Something about a man, a dog, and a snack. You're a loyal friend. You like to run and play. Like to get a sticky snack at the end of.
This is going out to Sean Rouse about cruise ships pooping in the water.
Black water, aka cruise ship poop. Well, I went on a cruise on the sea. I am floating. Spent 3 whole hours at the fucking buffet. Bubble guts are coming. I take a big dump and black water I'm flushing right out in the bay. Oh, black water, keep on flowing. 1,000 pounds of poop just flushed out into the sea. Water, keep on flowing. Time for us to go. We just dump our shit and then leave. Black water, keep on flowing. Couple killer whales choking on our poop and our pee. Ocean smells right. Gonna dump everything. All the caca gonna flush it down tonight. Well, the whole ship's been squirting. Now the ocean ain't purty no more. Well, if it stinks, I don't care. I'm on the icon of the seas. We turn the pretty blue ocean dark brown. Yeah, my fucking dookie might want to jump on the sand. Yeah, there's poop washing on your beach tonight. Oh, black water, keep on flowing. 1,000 pounds of poop just flushed out into the sea. Well, black water, keep on flowing. Time for us to go. We just dump our shit and then leave. Oh, black water, keep on flowing. Couple killer whales choking on our poop and our pee. Yeah, now the ocean smells ripe. Gonna dump everything. All the caca gonna flush it down tonight. Well, the whole ship's been squirting. Now the ocean ain't purty no more. The big finish. It's an oldie, but it fits perfectly. Break it down, break it down. Fucking Doobie Brothers style. Doobie Brothers style. Pretty good band. Here we go, kick it in. Yeah, my fucking dookie's washing on the sand and I don't care. In the sand poop up in the stinky caca. Then by the morning we'll be gone. Oh yeah, my dookie washed up on the sand. I don't care, I spent about 20 grand. Yeah, my fucking dookie's washing on the sand. I don't care, I spent about 20,000 grand. In the sand pooping on the sand, stinky caca. Then by the morning we'll be gone. My dookie washed up on the sand. I don't care, I spent 20 grand. I don't care, I spent about 20 grand. In the sand, pooping in the sand, stinky caca. Then by the morning we'll be gone. Yeah, my dookie washed up on the sand. I don't care, I spent about 20 grand. Yeah, my fucking dookie washed on the sand. I don't care, I spent about 20 grand. That's a mouthful, people.
The Ned Show is based on Radio Theater of the Mind. No drugs were actually consumed during the broadcast. The drugs not done on this show include marijuana hash oils, and Oxycontin, bath salt, spice, PCP, DMT, Molly, and Whippets. The white residue on the control board is definitely not cocaine. No animals were harmed during the making of The Ned Show, and in no way was the host intoxicated, medicated, or fully nude at any time. The Ned Show consists of outlandish commentary, ridiculous viewpoints, and hyperbole. All jokes, singers, barbs, jabs, and put-downs are not meant to be taken seriously because they are jokes. The Ned Show may or may not contain insensitive, offensive, and crude comments on subjects such as race, religion, rape, pedophilia, sexual preference, blasphemy, necrophilia, autism, and bestiality. The use of drugs such as marijuana, cocaine, PCP, special K, meth, crack, acid, mushrooms, or prescription pills is encouraged but not condoned. And if any part of this disclaimer has offended you, then you're a complete douchebag, and you should discontinue listening immediately. Thank you.
Sit back, relax, we've reached our cruising altitude.
Wawa's new personal pizza is here for dinner, starting at 4 p.m. Make a Wawa run on the way home.
Everything, 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 everything. Everything, 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 everything. Everything I touch, it turns to stone. Then it rains, and it breaks apart. Everything I love is back at home, on VHS, video. And as a kid, I had to keep my hands in pockets. Anytime I was around fragile objects, mom and dad must have known something that I didn't. Then again, who am I kidding? No, they didn't. Yeah. Still, sometimes it's hard for me to feel excited. It's like the whole world's throwing me a party and I'm not invited. Been staring at the price tag so long, I've gone blinded. Yeah, I'm looking for the 333, still I can't find it. Can't find it, no, I can't find it. Gotta fix the slight switch, trying to get enlightened.
Trying to get Jake's views up, 63 views.
No shits when I've got no spliff. Might just throw this. After all, I am the house my father built. No one knows that painter holds the weight of all this skill. Cause I died with him on the floor in the kitchen. Wonder if he knew something I didn't. Still, sometimes it's hard for me to feel excited. It's like the whole world's throwing me a party and I'm not invited. Been staring at the price tag so long, I've gone blinded. Yeah, I'm looking for the 333, still I can't find it.
Yeah. I like that
I like
song,
it.
man.
It's a
I'd
good
be
song.
jamming to that song.
Pretty good song. 63 views.
Yeah, that's all me.
Do you have a picture of the cake you made for the birthday,
I sent
babe?
it
Oh, did you send it on
to the
Yahoo?
Yeah.
Facebook? Yahoo?
I didn't know
Which
my
one?
mom was a
Facebook?
cake maker.
Facebook, babe? Oh, no, you got it
the
here.
email.
No, it's on email. I got it. This is cake for Bella's
Birthday. Eighth birthday.
Eighth birthday. Donna made her cake. She's into this kind of thing. There we go. T-Rex.
Like dinosaurs. She likes dinosaurs.
It was good too. Donna makes the home. See, she uses the store-bought colored frosting, but the chocolate she makes homemade, and it's the best frosting ever. Oh, it's addictive. So Donna, she puts the cake out there for Bella, and she's like, "Guess who made this cake?" And Bella goes, "Berlin."
What?
I guess because Berlin's artistic.
Yeah.
He likes to paint. She likes to paint and stuff.
You didn't draw that dinosaur, did you? You need like a stencil or something, right?
No, it's a molded cake pan. But
alright.
you have to be able to kind of
To draw, you can see.
You gotta
some,
pipe those
there's
lines.
vague lines that you
Yeah.
can, for the
They
leg and the
they
arm.
don't come
and-
out all great, from the mold, but they come out good enough to where you can
Berlin.
kind of draw it.
I was
yourself.
just saying, I knew you couldn't draw a dinosaur that well. I can't draw. I'm like, dinosaurs are very hard to draw for me. I can't come close. I was like, I didn't know. You could draw a dinosaur. I guess it's not that impressive.
I used to always draw dinosaurs for you kids.
Yeah, they weren't too bad.
They were mediocre
Mediocre
dinosaurs. Very mediocre,
dinosaurs.
not bad.
I used to try and draw so many dinosaurs, and it never worked out.
Nobody in this family. Berlin's the best artist in this family. Nobody's got a lot of drawing or painting skill in this family.
Not at all. Like I just realized how bad I was at art.
Yeah, you're pretty bad. You're worse than me.
You know, it's like my handwriting. It's just not good. Like I can't draw nothing. Like a self-portrait, I'm gonna, I don't even know what the next step besides a stick figure. Like I wouldn't even know where to start. Like after like this, like just like that, like something like that, and then
if you're an artist, I don't know what it is. You don't see things differently. I don't know how you can translate that. I don't even understand. I couldn't do it in a million years. Trace, I always talk about the glory days of of soccer in the United States when our rule, we didn't do penalty kicks. We did shootouts.
From like the midfield?
From like 30, yards out.
Yeah.
And it was so much better.
Yeah.
When?
In the 90s.
Oh, okay.
In the 90s.
That is so much better.
Much more exciting.
Why would they get it? Penalty kicks are so stupid. It's like you play 90 minutes of excellently talented soccer, and then you could almost get a fucking group of high school kids to come out and win the game for you with some free kicks.
Because a lot of it's skill to make a penalty kick, but a lot of it's somewhat luck. It's just a stupid way to decide a football game. That'd be like the NFL goes into overtime and you decide it with field goal kickers just kicking,
yeah.
You go to 20 yards, then you go back to 30, then you go to 40. No. In football, you play an extra, extra
as
period.
much as I kind of wanted to be a kicker when I was younger, and, I've always liked kickers, kind of think they shouldn't be in football. There's like two guys on a football field that just look like they don't fucking belong there, the kicker and the punter.
Yeah.
And, it's a little bit, the quarterback's got a little bit about that if he throws, an interception, but at the same time, they just don't want to get hurt, too. Quarterback will kind of just, if he throws an interception, kind of just lay there on the ground and be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, there's plenty of good athletes at quarterback.
But kickers, man, 90% of the time, man, the kicker's the last guy, and you're like, oh, is he going to make the tackle? And then he always just falls over.
He always looks like a joker.
Yeah, he just never gets a good hit.
If you're a good athlete, but you can't make the team, I forgot what I'm trying to say. If you can't make the team any other way, you just become the kicker.
Yeah.
Nobody goes, well, I could be a wide receiver, but I'm going to be a kicker instead. Not too many people do that.
Yeah.
It's just not the.
I was like a kicker from our football team, like the freshman year when I didn't play. Didn't play any.
You got to do something.
And I was the kicker, and then after a couple of years, like after the year or two of that, like. My other friend wanted to be the kicker, and I was like, I don't really care. Whatever.
Yeah. It's not that high school sometimes. You guys probably weren't making a lot of field goals anyway.
Yeah, I think, not really.
This is the way to solve a soccer game here.
It's a lot better. Actually have to do something, and the, goalie has a chance.
Yeah, the goalie it's much more exciting.
I don't know why they changed that.
Well, this was in America. They never ever did it in anywhere else.
I mean, it's getting even goofier now in soccer. Stutter stepping, and the goalie just has to guess one way, or they try and wait till the goalie guesses and dives one way and then do the other.
That's what
it's fucking rock paper scissors is what it is. It's very similar to rock paper scissors.
Pretty much, they should just do that. And now Ronaldo and Messi are at the center of the field. Rock paper scissors to decide who wins the World Cup.
Yeah.
It's just the same thing. I'm not a fan.
No.
See, soccer, it's hard to be a soccer fan because of all the diving and then the way they settle the matches. And then it gets even worse where you can do the stutter step. You can run up to the ball to take a penalty kick, and then you can kind of stop, and the goalie dives, and then you kick it the other way, and it's like just stupid.
Yeah, they didn't used to do the stutter kick, and now they do, and I think it's shitty.
Boo.
I hate it.
They
I think
don't-
it's cheating.
I don't know why they ever change things. They're so it's tradition.
Yeah.
Tradition. Well, sometimes tradition sucks.
Well, didn't this used to be tradition?
Only in America. I don't even know if they do it anymore. I don't watch a lot of American soccer, so I don't know if they what they do in ties. They might have gone back to the penalty kick.
Sean wants to know if we're doing the Karen. He said, "I've been waiting all week for you to do the Karen."
Oh, it's
It's
no,
Tuesday.
we don't have time. He's been waiting all week. It's Tuesday and we didn't work yesterday.
I know.
I think we're gonna have to save that for Thursday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think we have enough time to dedicate it to.
Yeah,
because
carrots can go on and on.
Because you have somewhere you got to be too. So, sorry, Sean, you're gonna have to.
You sure? Does it take us more than 15 minutes to
Sometimes
watch
it
a Karen?
does.
Oh,
I mean, they're
okay.
20 minutes long, so it usually does take us longer than 15 minutes.
Whew, I had to finally fix the kids' 4-wheeler yesterday. I was, it's got, you start it up and it wants to take off.
Yeah, that's not good.
It just started, I guess they didn't ride it for like maybe only 2 or 3 weeks, but for some reason, it was for sitting for 2 weeks. When I started it, it wanted to just take off. And it's got the brakes, so the girls would just hold the brakes down and kind of got used to driving it that way for a day or two. And then Harper and Kaya, the neighbor,
her cousin,
yeah, there we go, my bad. Were on it and they fell off.
Oh boy!
And since the idle's so high, it just went screaming across the her parents' pasture, kind of towards their cars.
Oh my god!
It crashed into the fence, but luckily it didn't crash into anybody's car.
Man, you're lucky.
Her brother's new truck. But I was finally like, all right, I gotta adjust this carburetor. I thought it was never gonna work again. I started adjusting it and it stopped turning on, and oh man.
Is that the blue one?
Yeah.
Yeah. They got a lot of use out of that one.
Oh yeah, it's still good. That thing's 20 years old. It doesn't look like it at all.
It's because it looks like somebody took real good care of it.
Yeah.
Here's the protests in Israel. They're protesting the. Okay, do you know anything about what's going on in Israel? Like the last couple days.
I don't pay attention to that anymore.
So they were
There's a spaceship on that building though.
It's the UFOs, buddy. That's what they're controlling everything. So they were trying to rescue some hostages, and I think they killed them. Yeah, they're coming. 6 of them. So the people of Israel, they've had enough. They want these hostages back.
Yeah.
This is 300,000 people protesting because they're like, we need a ceasefire. We need to get these people back. And Netanyahu says, I don't care. I'm gonna really make Hamas pay now after what they just did.
Yeah.
He said, I'm gonna really bring it. So it doesn't matter how many people you get out there. The government don't give a fuck.
No.
Look at all these people. They're like, stop. We need the hostage ceasefire. And this is their kind. They're like, fuck you. We don't.
Yep.
There's a lot of money being made on this war.
Netanyahu says,
America's fucking cashing in. Netanyahu's cashing in. There's going to be a lot of property that they can, sell and make money rebuilding. This is a big cash cow. And he says, hey, 300,000 of you people, fuck you. It's a lot of people, and it don't make a hill of beans of difference. That's what peaceful protesting gets you.
And that's
Zippo,
what
nada,
peaceful protesting
nada.
gets you. Nothing.
They say fuck you.
And the government, they shouldn't even be allowed to do that. If you got that many people saying we want this, that's what should be done. Not your stupid fucking decisions because of
your corrupt
he's
decisions.
already got
fucking corrupt as
he's
shit.
like, I have to do this because I owe these people this and these people this, and this is the payback. I have to do it instead of doing what the people want. When you got that many people, that's what the people want, and that's what you should have to do.
And that's not the way it
fuck
is.
you, Netanyahu.
That's not the way it works, babe.
Yeah, I
don't
know.
work that way at all anymore. Have you? I think I played this for Jerry on the Mike and Jerry show. Have you heard the Michael Moore Trump deal?
Michael Moore.
Do you know who Michael Moore? You don't know.
He's a Fahrenheit 9/11.
Yes, he's a documentary filmmaker, and I've seen all his movies, and he's obviously, way to the left, but he's still, I think he does, interesting work. So I saw there was like Fahrenheit 9/11, and then there was one to the right of it. So I watched both of them, trying to get the real truth. But this is they took Michael Moore's audio, and I can't figure out what point he was trying to make.
Yeah.
But he gives like a 4-minute dissertation about why people vote for Trump. And it's like the best commercial for Trump you'll ever hear in your life.
Yeah.
And it's true. And it's like, this is why people vote for Trump. And the people who, with these kind of reasons to vote for somebody, shouldn't be demonized, but they are demonized. So this is, I don't know
want to hear it.
I don't know what point he was trying to make, because I don't know how you come back from this. How you say all this and then go, but Trump is, you could say he's fake, but they're all fake. So here we go. I'm sorry, I don't need the video. I don't think it's just a bunch of pictures.
Because I know a lot of people in Michigan that are planning to vote for Trump, and they don't necessarily like him that much, and they don't necessarily agree with him. They're not racist and rednecks, they're actually pretty decent people. And so I wanted to sort of, after talking to a number of them, I wanted to write this. And Donald Trump came to the Detroit Economic Club and stood there in front of the Ford Motor executives and said, if you close these factories as you're planning to do in Detroit and build them in Mexico, I'm going to put a 35% tariff on those cars when you send them back, and nobody's going to buy them.
God,
it was an amazing thing to see.
That right there is more reason to be president than anybody that's ever been president of this country before. You shouldn't do that. That's not going to benefit your country. It's going to take away.
So, I played this for Spice, and we stopped it at the exact. It's like, that's a president actually doing something.
It doesn't happen, Presidents don't do things.
It never happens. And so also, what's ruined this country is the loss of our manufacturing base and shipping everything overseas. So, we do need to stop that.
No politician, Republican or Democrat, had ever said anything like that.
There you go. That's what I said. There you go. That's what you said, Trace.
To these executives. And it was music to the ears of people in Michigan and Ohio and Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, the Brexit states. You live here in Ohio, you know what I'm talking about. Whether Trump means it or not is kind of irrelevant, because he's saying the things to people who are hurting. And it's why
it is relevant if he means it or not.
Yeah, it is kind of relevant.
Otherwise, he's just lying like every other politician.
I think he's talking about him getting elected. He's saying he's going to get elected because he's saying,
nameless, forgotten working stiff who used to be part of what was called the middle class loves Trump. He is the human Molotov cocktail that they've been waiting for. The human hand grenade that they can legally throw into the system that stole their lives from them. And on November 8th, Election Day.
I don't know why they reminded me of the hand grenade for the holy hand grenade from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Sorry.
It's all right.
Although they've lost their jobs, although they've been foreclosed on by the bank, next came the divorce, and now the wife and kids are gone. The car's been repoed. They haven't had a real vacation in years. They're stuck with the shitty Obamacare bronze
I don't know.
plan.
It looks like they're all going on vacation to me. They're all coming to Florida.
Who?
Everybody vacationing from up north. They say these biggest travel. Every travel time holiday is the biggest travel holiday of the ever. It's like.
Well, there's still plenty of people who can't afford to go on vacation, though.
Yeah.
Their bronze plan, where you can't even get a fucking Percocet.
I love the people who post these videos that put the music so loud you can barely hear what he's fucking saying.
They've essentially lost everything they had, except one thing. The one thing that doesn't cost them a cent and is guaranteed to them by the American Constitution, the right to vote. They might be penniless, they might be homeless, they might be fucked over and fucked up. It doesn't matter because it's equalized on that day. A millionaire has the same number of votes as the person without a job. 1. And there's more of the former middle class than there are.
If this is from, Snookman says this is from 2016.
Yes, it's from 2016.
So did he do any of that?
Did Donald Trump?
Was he president after that? Or was that when he lost? No,
I don't know. I don't remember whether maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't move their plants down there because he said he was going to do it. I don't know.
There are in the millionaire class. So on November 8th, the dispossessed will walk into the voting booth, be handed a ballot, close the curtain, and take that lever, or felt pen or touchscreen, and put a big fucking X in the box by the name of the man who has threatened to upend and overturn the very system that has ruined their lives.
Okay, so it's totally understandable why people would vote for Trump.
Yeah.
A lot of people, their lives have gotten shittier, lately, and there's, if the system is totally broken, so people will only, a good portion of people will only vote for somebody they could hope would change the system. You gonna punch me? You gonna assault me?
Not yet. Here we go.
Is Michael Moore turned you into a Trumper?
Yep.
He's turned you into a Trumper.
Here we go.
Donald J.
I don't think I could ever wear this hat out in public.
God.
I don't know why.
You should try it one day. Video, see what reactions you get.
They see that the elites who ruined their lives hate Trump. Corporate America hates Trump. Wall Street hates Trump. The career politicians hate Trump. The media hates Trump after they loved him and created him and now hate him. Thank you, media. The enemy of my enemy is who I'm voting for on November 8th.
So he is saying he's voting for Trump, right?
No, he's speaking for the people he's talking about. He's saying that's what they're going to do. They're going to vote for fucking Trump.
Yes, on November 8th, you, Joe Blow, Steve Blow, Bob Blow, Billy Bob Blow, all the blows get to go and blow up the whole goddamn system because it's your right. Trump's election is going to be the biggest fuck you ever recorded in human history.
Okay, and a lot of people are ready to say fuck you to Washington. That's as simple as it is. That's why people vote for Trump. Maybe might not do any good, but that's why they vote for him. It's totally understandable.
I just feel like I've said before, there's more of an obligation to do something than, the Kamala Harris, she's been the vice president while all this terribleness has gone down,
Well, she said that she's going to fix the economy on day one.
Yeah, well, fuck, if that's true.
But but she's been in office for 4 years.
I know.
Well, why are you waiting now to unveil the plan? Yeah.
This one thing from 2017 says Ford scraps plan for $1.6 billion plant in Mexico after Trump criticism. But then it said...
And then they did it anyway.
Then it says... After nearly a year of speculation, Ford has confirmed last week, and this was in 2022, I think, that said that that they will shift all of its U.S. production to Mexico.
Yeah, but that's 2022. Trump isn't in office in 2022.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. So they just
waited until
he was out of office.
So they said, "Fuck this guy. We're gonna rig the election so we get this guy out of there because
build our plants in Mexico."
They opened the $260 million campus in Mexico.
Yeah.
So they just waited for him to leave.
I think they're trying to rig the election. They're just trying to get enough people, trying to come up with enough people to make it seem legit. I think they're having a hard time making it seem like, they've already. I've heard a lot of them coming out and saying, "Oh, people that vote for Biden just don't talk about it." I hear that a lot.
It's all, and the hype, the Kamala hype is preposterous because I can see the hype. If you've been told that Trump is Hitler and you hate Trump so much, you got to fake being excited over Kamala, and that's what it is, and that's what the media is doing. They're building all this fake hype so that the election, which in any other time in the history of America would be a landslide for whoever runs against the current administration, because your wallet's getting hit. But they want to make it super tight, so no matter who wins, it's going to be a huge controversy. Or they can steal it. They can steal it and say, well, the poll said right before election that she was up 51-49. And that's the way it's going to be.
What do you think Trump does if he loses, just like with the rest of his life? I mean, he can't be 2028,
No, he's too old. He's too old now, really. He's too old now.
He is.
But, Joe Biden, I think Trump at 85 will be more coherent than Joe Biden at 79. Yeah. But that's just the way it is. Of course, Trump would be dead by then, probably. Big guy, gonna die.
I think it was the Theo Von interview with Donald Trump. He was talking about, I think, seeing a Muhammad Ali boxing match. Him saying that was like his first boxing match or whatever he ever watched.
Yeah.
And he kept going into this rant about how there were so many people that had heart attacks when I went to that fight. He's like, does anybody been do that many people have heart attacks now when they get, I guess just a bunch of people. He said there was so much excitement in the crowd over the fight that like 3 or 4 people had heart attacks.
I think every time in America that you have more than 20,000 people in attendance, you're going to have heart attacks.
Yeah, I
think
so.
We're a big fat heart attack waiting to have machine. I'm pretty sure that happens. I think people have heart attacks at every every fucking sporting event.
I don't see it that much at like sporting events and stuff like that. Maybe it's the heat. But when I went to Gasparilla last year, I mean, it was just like every 100 yards there was somebody being taken away on an ambulance. Maybe it was just that fucking hot. Or
alcohol and heat's a bad combination.
All day out there in the alcohol and heat. I think there's people passing out everywhere.
Younger people equals more drama queens too.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, nowadays more drama queens. All right, let's finish the last 20 seconds of this.
Yeah.
And it will feel good.
Well, I think that's it. All right.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I got that last little bit. It's a good little bit to get.
But he sums it up why people don't vote for Trump. And see, so the media, it's just so frustrating. So if somebody like Michael Moore can see why people vote for Trump, then you would think that the Democratic Party would go, well, maybe we need to do some different messaging and become more against the system. But they just say, fuck Trump, fuck Trump, fuck Trump, fuck, because they ain't going to change the system. Trump might not change the system either. But the Democrats sure ain't going to change it.
Yeah, because we already saw what they did.
We already know. That's why people, it's such a simple equation. And he expressed why.
Normally in voting for the president, do most people change? Do a lot of people ever change who they vote for? Do most people go Democratic their whole life?
Yeah, very few people change.
Because
America.
Now that's one thing that's really, I've heard a lot of people talking about is how they're changing to vote for Donald Trump. I think Elon Musk was, like a lifetime Democrat, and he's changed it to voting for Trump.
I've seen social media influencers. I've seen a lot of, like one of the biggest Spanish influencers. These people they have an audience of millions.
Yeah.
Spanish, black, a lot of blacks for Trump. And you never see that before. You would never see blacks for Reagan.
No.
Blacks for Bush.
And I, I'll vote for Trump because of something different.
I don't know if I'm taking it that far, but
I don't care about, I'm not going to vote for Kamala. She's already been in there with Biden, and they haven't done shit but ruin our country, make the country worse. And Trump may be on the same script. You never know. But until they give us,
what if you got to
someone
lose?
that is, going to actually want to make our country a better country, I got nobody. You got no choice.
Got no choice, really.
You can either not vote or, I'd rather have somebody in there that's like us, that would be like, no, I'm really going to make the country better, and you knew that they could. I don't believe anybody can.
You'd have to find like a god-like person. I don't know. Like
they don't.
Even like government DeSantis, everybody was like, ooh, and then everybody's like,
He turned into a politician
real quick.
Turned right into the same script. How about someone that goes off the script? And like you said, all they got to do is, change their stance on that abortion thing, because everybody is for abortion. Except I don't think anything that involves religion, like, people that are anti-abortion, it's all about their religion. And I don't think that has any place in politics. And we should never make laws based on someone else's beliefs. Well, let's start making laws on some Muslim beliefs.
See how you like them
See how
apples.
you like that. if everybody wants, religion in the politics, nobody would want that.
Yep.
That just shows what hypocrites they are. We only want something that involves what we believe. So that should show you that, your personal belief of religion shouldn't have anything to do with laws that we make.
Why can't anybody just say, abortion, that's a hard one? Like, no, everybody has to be like, you have an abortion, you're the devil. It's like,
or you can have abortion till 9 months. See, that's what.
And as a society,
it's fake.
It doesn't matter what this side thinks and this side thinks. You have to come to a middle ground. You can't go with just one or the other, because everybody believes different things. You can't go with just one or the other. It has to be a middle ground.
We had a middle ground.
No matter
how
what.
about you don't have abortions because of your religion?
You know what?
Yeah.
How about you don't have abortions because of your
If
religion?
you don't believe in abortions, then don't get one.
Yeah.
And that's your religion, and that is your freedom of religion.
It's pretty simple, but they made it. They make it DeSantis 6 weeks. That's ridiculous.
Fucking ridiculous.
And on the left, you always hear they're going to let abortions happen up until 9 months. So they make it ridiculous. And when it's everybody in the world agrees, 14, 15 weeks around there. After that, it's not too cool.
Yeah.
All right, we got to go. And we will see you tomorrow night. God, week's going to fly by with that holiday. 6 o'clock tomorrow night, The Hang. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you had a great weekend. It's September. Get your subs now. See you guys.